Wise podcast will be starting soon.
We're about, 24 minutes away?
Good.
Something like that.
We good?
Yeah. Or something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
we're getting there. We're fixing to go live here in just about 10, 15 seconds or so.
So I started cocaine again.
Hey, that's good, man. How's your energy levels?
Better. Yeah, I'm not sleeping.
I hear the down from it, though, is
We used to take more cocaine.
reckless. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
Yeah.
You just keep it running.
Uh-huh.
Y'all are horrible, horrible people.
Why?
Have you done cocaine?
No comment.
Well, see, that's why we like to call in the world of cocaine a quitter.
All right, guys, y'all ready?
No comment.
Yep.
We are going
Yeah.
live.
All right, no cocaine.
Oh, all right, we are live.
Hey, everybody.
3, 2, 1, let's do it.
All right, hey everybody, we're here at Two Mules Tavern, just off of 45 Cypress Wood. It's I'm looking at a Popeyes across the street.
Love
There's a
that
Jack in
chicken
the
from
Box on it.
Popeyes.
I love Popeyes chicken.
I
by
do
the
too.
way.
Spicy.
That spicy chicken tender.
I love it, dude. Their mashed potatoes and gravy is out of this world.
For all you youngsters out there, it's right by the High Ground Airsoft.
There you go. It's across the
My son frequents that place.
across the river, as Pat calls I-45, Spring High School. But, dude, like everyone thought I was being racist when we had one abs on because I was talking about that Pac-Man Jones fight.
Yeah.
And it was like, and I made the joke that, he got in that fight. And I was upset because the Popeyes went flying everywhere. It's obviously the racist black man chicken, but I really like Popeyes chicken.
I love it.
So I wasn't even thinking that.
If it's fast food, the Popeyes is probably where I'm going when it comes to chickens.
I love it.
I don't know why we keep talking about Popeye's chicken. They ain't paying us for advertising, so go to Hearts. No, but hey, we are here. We're going to be live. We're going to be talking about the Texans preseason Week 3 football game. It's when most of the starters should get a lot of time in this game. I don't know if we'll be doing play-by-play or not, if we can hear. But we'll definitely be taking any comments, suggestions, and just talking general fantasy football. But, Pat, why don't you make an announcement that we have with who we're joining up with?
Yeah, we recently, through contacts and all that, we'll actually be joining up with they're ready to launch October 1st. But we're looking to go with Houston Preeminence. They're got a lot of good stuff going on over there. There are a lot of podcasts. They're basically taking Houston sports, and it's going to be done by Houstonians. So it's a big deal. No one's more involved with Houston sports than Houstonians themselves. I know we follow them a lot. Stros, Dynamo, Rockets, especially the Texans. Obviously, we're here today, but it's something that's huge and growing. The website should be launching, but that's all October 1st. I know it's going to be a lot of podcasts. There's going to be a lot of great information transfer over there, and it's going to be a great time. We're really excited about it. But again, that's Houston Preeminence.
Were you about to say human resources?
I was about to. It slipped right on out.
We have our own HR lady here, Diana. She'll get on later.
But Houston Preeminence, we're excited to be part of it. I think the people out there who are into sports, especially Houston sports, be on the lookout for it. It's going to be just an amazing cast of people. I don't know why I'm part of it. I'm pretty crazy. But
Well, they needed that too. But again, we're Dynasty Wise Fantasy Football. We're excited to be here with two Mules, of course. They're getting ready to kick off here in about 20 minutes. But there's been a lot of interesting happenings in fantasy football. A lot of things taking place that we're excited about as well. Of course, like you said, Jeff, we're here with Jeff McLeroy.
hey,
There's a shout out. Of course, I'm Patrick Patu Polasic. And of course, we have Mr. Chad White.
That would be me. Follow me on Twitter at DynastyWiseGuys.
I wish I could have gotten your handle in. I'll get your handle in when I throw up your name next
right.
go around.
right.
It's easy to remember.
That's good. But Jeff, coming back to you, buddy.
Yes.
What has got you excited about today's game against the Rams?
I want to see Clowney and Watt on the field. I almost don't want to see Watt on the field because, it's like, I don't know. I'm just worried about his injuries, but...
I disagree. If you're worried about his injuries, then you're basically saying that he's like a China doll out there every time. I want to see him get out there, and I want to see that he is at full strength and that we are going to be able to expect some things from him this year.
I definitely see it, but I think you're crazy.
Hey, if he
if
gets hurt
you're
in
not
week
worried
one or
a
if he
little
gets hurt
bit.
in the preseason, what's the difference? If he's that fragile, why is the man out there already?
Well, Pat cursed him. That's the one that caused all this.
How did I curse him?
You were like, he's never going to be the same. And then you made a curse and you took your cloak and you threw it off. You turned like 50 bats and flew
Well,
off.
I also made it clear that I want to reiterate.
Warlock. You're a warlock.
I want to make sure everybody knows
Shaman.
I was not taking any shots at his character or
Yes,
his
he
work
was.
ethic. I think, well, actually, if I can't say something about his work ethic, I think his work ethic's what got him in trouble. I think he overworked himself, and he was burning the candle at both ends, and I think it may have led to injuries. But, yeah, but to be fair to Mr. J.J. Watt himself, I have to say that J.J. Watt's 85% is most NFL players' 100% or 110%. I mean, I think he can still produce at a high level, but I don't think it's going to be what it used to be.
Well,
he's getting older, so I mean, it's not. You can't expect him to be a Hall of Fame pace that he put up, the first 6 years in the league. It's if he can come out and cause teams to have to double team him still again and free up spaces for Merciless to get to the quarterback and for Clowney to get to the quarterback. Hey, draw them double teams. Him and Reed are on that line. That's going to open up a lot of holes for other guys to get to the quarterback.
Another thing, he's still a great, defensive end in a 3-4 as far as stuff in the run. Maybe he doesn't have that step to get the sacks or whatever, but he's still strong. He's still got that reach to get that first punch, which is what he excels at.
Block passes,
And
pass
he's still-
defense.
yes. Now we're counting that in our fantasy league. Now I don't
Yeah,
have it
right.
anymore.
But no, J.J. Watt.
There goes Devin.
We don't have to have J.J. Watt be Hall of Fame J.J. Watt.
No.
I'll take All Pro J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
Pro Bowler J.J. Watt. That's fine because
Yeah.
this is a stacked defense on the line and at linebacker. The secondary, we'll see. But all he's got to do is just get in there, draw some double teams, like I said, and play 16 games. That's what this team needs.
You know what else I want to see, Chad and Pat? I want to see these young tight ends against a first-team defense. Atkins and all of them.
Yes. After the impressive performance that Akins put up in the Chiefs game, I want to see him out there with potentially the first string, and let's see if we actually have a tight end on this team because Ryan Griffin's not him. Steven Anderson is a wide receiver playing tight end.
Right.
I want to see a tight end out there.
Yeah, I mean, and Ryan he'll get you through in a tough spot, but I agree with that. I mean, I don't consider it's hard to find that Kelsey, Ertz, and Gronk. I mean, they're just
we don't need that.
No, we don't, and I agree with that. But we need something better than Griffin. I mean, it's
yes, especially when our wide receiver corps is as thin as it is. You have Hopkins, and you have Fuller who emerged a bit last year, but. After that, I mean, it's nobody. Braxton Miller hasn't showed anything.
Ellington's starting to emerge.
Yeah, but he's Ellington.
Plays well.
He does.
He plays well for what he plays.
It's not the trio of receivers that it's not going to be a top echelon. But I will say, when you've got Deshaun back there throwing the ball, he does elevate Will Fuller to where he makes him go from typically he'd probably be a wide receiver 3, and I hate to say it against a guy because he was productive, but almost a kick returner on most teams and here and there. But he elevates him to where he is a solid wide receiver 2.
There's another guy you're worrying about injuries as well.
Well, I still worry about the drops with Fuller. He had no hands coming out of college. He had no hands his rookie year. He started catching passes from Watson, great, but if he doesn't consistently do it throughout it, he's not going to be a wide receiver 2 his whole career.
Right.
I am curious though if Watson lays the ball in there a little bit better for him because he did catch a lot more. I don't know.
But
it's a great. I have no idea.
Here we go again, though. That's not Watson's strong suit. You're trying to take a guy's weak point and another guy's weak point and make them their strong suits, and they're just not it. You got a guy with no hands, and you got a quarterback who likes to overvalue his ability to get the balls to the receivers on the spot. And in college, it caused him to throw a lot of interceptions. Last year, we didn't really get to see a full season's worth of it, but, I'm just not sold on Fuller being a productive, high-end wide receiver, too. I think he's going to be your middle-of-the-road guy, like he has been, who's going to drop passes.
To me, I think there's a lot of potential there.
He's got great. He was a first-round pick. Of course, he's got potential.
And that's the other question too. Should they have spent a first-round pick on him? That's up for debate. The guy was productive last year with Watson. Him and Watson last year combined to be the best wide receiver, quarterback tandem for those few games we had them.
Yeah, that's. But
injuries obviously is a concern.
I can't base my judgment on a player based off of 4 games.
But and I got to come back to you, Jeff, because I agree with you. The tight end, we need to know what we've got at tight end.
Yeah, what do we have? Because, like I say, our receiving core is one guy and then question marks.
Yes.
And even the rookie, Kiki Kuti, who a lot of people were high on, he's been injured a whole camp.
Well,
we haven't even seen him play.
Cootie's coming in as a slot guy and a kick return special teams guy. I mean, they're not looking for him to make a giant impact from the start. I think they brought in Sammy Coates to try to help with that, Ellington to try to help with that. You know, Braxton Miller, if he ever evolves into a solid receiver, which is yet to happen.
It's do or die this
yes,
season for him.
This is it for Miller. If he doesn't do it now, I don't see him being a primary part of this offense.
And for you guys just chiming in, we're at 2 Mules Tavern out on Cypresswood and 45. They've got some specials. They've got some bomb specials, and they've got a happy hour going on all day. So if you guys aren't doing anything, man, you'll come out and see us. They're taking real good care of us, man. I tell you what, I like this place.
I do too.
We've been lucky.
Very spacious,
yeah.
Lots of dartboards, you know, good music, plenty of TVs, pool tables.
They also have dart leagues, don't they?
Yes, they do dart leagues here.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, these guys have been real cool to us. We've been lucky with where
real friendly, real good people here.
Devin's been real good to us, and Colin, one of the owners we met. Man, these guys are good people. We're happy to be here, and we've been real lucky with our live events that these guys have been really, really cool to us, and we really enjoy it so far.
And I'm surprised that they've been cool to us, considering they know Spencer of Dynasty.
I thought for sure they were going to
get shot.
I thought for sure they were going to run us out.
This Spencer character, I don't know about him.
I don't know about him either. We'll have to see. But who? What about? Let me ask you guys, fantasy factor.
Let's hear it.
Lamar Miller, he's looked good in preseason. Is he jumping up boards? I'm not saying he's jumping up to the top 5, but he's looked good in preseason. His legs are constantly moving. Is his fantasy stock going up?
I've got to say it is, because solely on the fact that he is running hard, he is hitting those gaps, he's doing a lot of things. I think he had 183 points last year in fantasy. I mean, he was productive, but like you said, I mean, he is starting to emerge, and that's exciting. I mean, I guess for me, the fact that he doesn't have that fear of Foreman, nipping at his heels right at the moment, is maybe that's a helping motivate him. But at the end of the day, Lamar Miller, I think if his fantasy stock isn't going up, which I think it is, it should continue to go up. I'm excited to see what he does against the Rams defense. This will be a good test to see what he can do. I feel like if he performs well, I'm not looking for him. Obviously, I doubt he's going to get 100 yards out of here. But if I see those nuances that we've been looking for, hitting the holes, able to catch the ball in the backfield, he's able to do the things that we want to see out of our running back. I would venture to say he's got to jump up 4 or 5 spots from where he's sitting right now.
I don't like to say he's not top 10, but I think he has been progressively moving up with the stock.
And see, I've kind of got to go. I like Lamar Miller. I like him in the sense that I like what he did in Miami. I think he made the right move coming to Houston. But what he's done since he got here is very underwhelming.
Yes.
His yards per carry is way too low. You don't see the explosive plays that you saw, his first year, 2 years in the league. I don't know what happened to him when he came here. Even his first year here was good. But, I mean, right now, he's looking like a guy just waiting to lose his job.
See, I felt like I think that's why they drafted Foreman.
Oh, 100%.
Because Lamar Miller he's not old.
No. Well, and Foreman is that workhorse, let's drive it up the middle, pound out the yards. But, I mean, who has some breakaway ability himself. But Lamar Miller's not that guy.
But Lamar Miller really is a guy that needs to be in the split back system.
And Foreman's the perfect guy to be that with him.
Yep.
If he can be that explosive outside guy, which he's not being right now. So,
Pat, what's the update? You have any updates on Foreman?
Nothing. I mean, other than that,
still the same.
He's still out right now. The last report that came out,
and Achilles tear is a hard one to come back, and you don't want to rush that either, because that's a tough injury. So from what I'm hearing, he's not going to be out. He's not going to be back week 1.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, Bob, Coach Bill O'Brien. He said he's basically coming out. He's moving quicker than expected. He's doing well, and that's great and all. But again, Achilles tear. I mean, Terrell Suggs came back from it, but Terrell Suggs isn't having to cut the way Dante Foreman has to.
He's an edge rusher.
Yeah, plus
your
Terrell
feet,
Suggs is a
your
freak.
knees, your ankles, your feet. I mean, your hips. That's all important things for running backs. And when any of those get hurt, it's a tough road back. But Achilles especially, because I mean that's your footwork right there.
I'm gonna say something that's not popular.
Uh-oh.
But
let's do it.
Jeff, no way.
But look, I believe Alfred Blue is a quality backup running back. He's gotten 100 yards when he started, and then the next game he'll go for 3 yards, but he is a quality backup running back, in my opinion.
I agree.
I do, but
He was the best running back on this team last year.
Oh, yeah.
He was.
How comfortable, or would you say? I mean, how comfortable? Let's say we had to go the whole season as Texans fans.
Mm-hmm.
We had to go the whole season. Alfred Blue, Lamar Miller. How comfortable are you with the rushing game leading into the season? If you know you've got it, that's what you're going with for the next 16 weeks.
If those are my two guys, Deshaun Watson, you're the leading rusher this year.
I'm not expecting much from
Yeah.
it.
I'm your biggest fan, guys.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks.
I follow you everywhere.
Thanks, Steve.
Biggest as in like
I
size
follow you
or
to your houses.
I know. Remember, the court order said stay away.
I know where
And
you
we've got Steve-O joining us. Let me.
Steve-O, Giants, pandemonium.
Let me. I got to go adjust the camera real quick.
is Steve-O a Giants fan? Is that what we're
Steve-O
doing
is a big Giants fan. Turn on your mic, Steve-O. He's got it.
Hot mic. Hot mic.
we
Hot mic.
Hot
You're good.
mic.
I'm a huge Giants fan.
You're a huge Giants fans, and our number one fan.
And you like them a lot.
This is so weird.
I know.
Oh, what's weird about it?
All right, so
I can
hey,
hear
Steve-O,
myself.
You can hear yourself.
as a Giants fan, Saquon
that's-
Barkley, what do you
Yeah.
think?
Just say he's good.
He's good.
There you go.
That's a good job, Steve.
Yeah,
Just look, Steve. Let me help you. Any question? Just go.
he's good.
Just need more team speed.
I tell you
Yeah.
what, I got a better
He's a team
question
player.
for you. Steve
there,
Good
perfect.
team player.
He's a-
He's all about the team.
He's appreciative of the opportunity that's
Yeah.
been presented to him.
Well, he's been blessed with the ability.
All right,
Blessed is a big thing these days.
Steve-O, Eli
Yeah.
Manning.
What about him?
Are you still on board with Eli Manning being your franchise quarterback?
I am still on board with Eli being his franchise.
For how many more years?
Oh boy,
Say
I
12.
give him.
If you say more than 2, you're wrong.
Say 12. Don't listen to
I was
Chad.
gonna say I'd say no more than 2 more years.
Okay, that's
give
fair.
give the backup time to develop the game, learn how the Giants play. Eli's still got some left in him.
Wait, and with Saquon Barkley, they are bringing in some rushing game that they've been desperately needing for a while.
Odell's back healthy.
Yeah, he's been.
Odell's back.
and
Shepard's going strong.
Yeah,
He's
Eli
a
and-
team player.
Yeah, Eli
There you
and bingo. Eli and Shepard have been hooking up. They're looking actually impressive. As much as I hate saying it, they actually look good together. I know.
Premier young tight end in the league, and Evan Engram.
Yeah,
it's-
which I think he left practice early or something like that. Or he
Yeah,
got hurt.
They all
but
leave practice early.
he
too.
had a concussion. That's right. He had a concussion. But I
girlfriend was sick, and he had to get home.
That's
basically
it.
What happened.
Team players.
Team
That's
player.
right.
Steve-O, what movies are you excited that are coming out this
I
summer?
actually just saw the Meg in the theater.
Did you? Was it any good?
It was exactly what I thought it would
Okay,
be. It was
so-
very fun and entertaining.
It was
Okay.
a B movie on the big screen. Should have been on sci-fi.
It was a sci-fi movie with better graphics.
Side by side comparison of that and Sharknado.
Sharknado. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've
Thank
never
you,
seen
Spike.
Sharknado,
Oh man,
and
that's,
I
Is
have
it
no regrets about that.
Sharknado or Sharkin?
It's Sharknado.
Sharknado.
Yes.
I don't know if there's an
Sharknado.
A in there. There might be.
It's
though.
not Sharknado. It's Sharknado.
that's what we're debating.
Well, let's agree to disagree.
What the debate
I
is
don't
which
ever
movie's better.
agree to disagree.
I have not seen Sharknado. Not a big fan of sci-fi movies.
I don't want to
Me
get hung
neither.
up in semantics here.
Yeah, right. Now you're just splitting hairs.
Yeah.
Chad.
Who's Sam? What? What's that word you used?
Samwise.
Samwise?
Samwise Gamgee.
Samwise Gamgee.
Are we on a Lord of the Rings thing here?
I don't remember saying Samwise.
The Meg, though, it was a very good movie. Very, very entertaining. Obviously, Jason Statham. He's always fun.
That was a weird pick for him. I didn't expect him to
Yeah.
go in that direction.
He always makes that weird looking face. Oh.
Yeah, he's always got that brooding, like,
Yeah, oh.
he's always seems to be in a bad mood, which is no reason for it because look at his
Right?
past wives, Kelly Brooke, excuse me, gorgeous, and now he's with Rosie Huntington Whitley.
I don't know who that is. I know
She
Kelly
was the one that
Brock is.
replaced Megan Fox in the Transformer movie.
Never heard of either one of them.
She the blonde?
The blonde in the third one, Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh, okay.
She's
That's
blonde.
a Pink Floyd album.
And
what are you
then
talking
she
about?
was
It
in.
is.
Then she was in.
Excuse me,
Fury-
Dark of the Moon.
Then she was
You're right,
in
Chad.
Mad Max Fury Road. I believe.
She was. She
That's
was one
right.
of the wives of.
She got-
I forget his name, but the same guy from the original Mad
Yeah,
Max.
I like when he runs at the beginning because it looks like he's got to poop. He's like, I got poop,
Yeah.
got poop, got poop.
That actually, the bad guy in the new one was actually the same lead character from the original Mad Max, the
Yeah.
motorcycle one.
hmm
He was the same guy, same actor.
Yeah, I like when he gives his son the breast milk and he
I know, right?
makes that weird face.
It's a weird movie.
I know.
Fun though, fun, good movie.
How great! How much do you respect Charlize Theron for cutting off her arm for that role?
I mean, it doesn't grow back, so kudos to her.
She's running around with a fake arm.
Yeah, kudos to her.
Do I look as lost on the cameras right now?
And then
as
she
I,
did
like,
Atomic
feel?
Blonde with that fake arm,
I know.
Hey,
so she's something else.
I just
Steve makes the case for Meg.
it was a text. I gotta actually check with these guys real quick. Y'all keep running with it, man. I gotta go check with headquarters real quick and make sure we're okay.
Uh-oh.
Steve, are you just kind of like me? You just love going to see movies?
I love going to see movies. I could go to a movie every day by myself and not complain. I love
could
movies.
too. I could too.
I don't have to see it with anybody. I just love going to the movies. I
Hey.
love the whole atmosphere.
All right.
I'm okay with it at the new, which actually we're about 2 blocks down from the AMC
Oh,
Spring
is
here,
that
where
not
they
the
have the
greatest?
recliner seats
Yep.
that you can lay back and
can bring
just watch.
blankets.
It's like you're on the couch.
Dude, I like it when it was all run down because me and this other guy named Steve, who lived next door to Pat, we would literally bring our pillows. We go Wednesday night at 9.
Yeah.
There's 4
you can
people
still
there.
do that at the one now.
Oh no,
and
but we
actually
these,
be like
these
on your
were
couch.
these were when they didn't have those.
When all they had was just the recline. You push
just
with
a
your butt
crickety
to
old,
recline.
yeah. You know, makes that noise.
The bottom would move forward and the back would go back.
Oh,
a
we're
little
talking
bit.
about the old theater.
we
over
would
there? Oh,
just
my God.
literally lay
When
on
it was
the
Lowe's.
aisles.
Your shoes were sticking to the concrete
Yeah.
on the outside of the
That-
building.
That was Tomball.
And when they
before
had that,
Tomball.
they had that mural up in the front lobby there.
With
and
all the
it was
actors.
all
All
the
the old
mainstream
actors,
actors
yeah.
when they painted, which
Oh,
was
yeah.
like Tom Cruise.
Do they still
Kevin
have that? Because I
Costner.
like
No,
that.
it's
No,
not
it's
there
all
anymore.
gone.
That sucks.
It's all gone.
That should. Don't go to Lowe's. They didn't keep it.
Well, you can. It's gone.
Well,
now
they
it's
could
the
put it
AMC
back.
10.
Well, don't go to AMC 10. 'cause
All
they-
right. Well, it's a great theater, though.
they're not
It's got
paying
great
us
seats.
advertising.
they
It
have
is
a
a
full
good
bar.
theater.
I got to let you guys know that this first segment was brought to you by Infinity NDT, guys. They're a leading NDT provider here in the Houston area. The inspection of drill motors, MWD tools, rig inspection, weld inspection, doing some great things over here. Contact Chris O'Neill or Cameron Harrison over there. It's InfinityNDT.com, doing good things, okay? Appreciate you guys, and look forward to seeing y'all soon, man. Again, guys, that's Infinity NDT.
Good plug.
That was good. We're also being sponsored by Chips, Insurance, and French fries. If you want French fries, you can come get Chips, French fries.
And Chico's bail bonds.
Yes. And car insurance.
Don't forget about Dale's dead bug, guys. Well, the only good bug is a dead bug.
What was Chico's bail bonds from?
What was Chico's bail
What was
bonds
that
from? Steven?
Bad News Bears.
Bad
Was
News
it?
Bears. That's right.
All right. Well, we're getting close to game time.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here watching Ben Roethlisberger throw on a TV right now.
Well, at least he's not in a bathroom with a woman.
Here's the thing. Let's move towards that. The Steelers go and draft Mason Rudolph, who I'm a big proponent of. They already had Josh Dobbs, who they drafted last year.
Team player.
Yes.
Dobbs has shown well in preseason, and I've heard on various sites that there may be some trade buzz for Dobbs, maybe to like a team like Seattle. What do you think of the Pittsburgh QB situation moving forward here in the next 3 years?
I like Rudolph for sure. I think I think if the Jets are asking too much for Bridgewater, Dobbs is that guy that people will probably.
He's
come look
that
for.
next guy in line.
I think so. I think Bridgewater. Thank you, Steve-O.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Steve.
Steve. Good seeing
I
you, bud.
Thank you.
I think.
So we don't like that guy.
Yeah, we don't like that guy. Oh, the Amish paradise is here.
It's about to go down.
But Dobbs played well, but obviously Bridgewater's played well. There's even little talk of, the Baltimore Ravens are talking about keeping their 3 QBs because Jackson has
He's gonna
done
be a bust.
okay.
Jackson?
But
Yeah.
Griffin
100%
has
agree.
played. He's
100%
played
agree.
well. Griffin's played well. They invested a first-round pick.
Yeah.
They believe,
A waste.
teams believe they can make anyone great. Just if we can get them on our team, we can turn them into this. And that's really. So we'll see. The jury's out on Jackson's.
Yeah, it's so
But if
early.
they don't keep Griffin's also in the mix for a trade because he has played well in preseason.
All I know is you're talking about Jackson. This rookie quarterback class so far, preseason, it's preseason, this and that. To me, Darnold's the only one that looks like a legit, ready-to-go starting quarterback right now.
Yeah.
Baker looks ready to me.
He had a
his
horrible
last
game last week.
That last game was bad.
He was
All
bad.
right.
He had
I'm starting
Landry
Darnold.
open on a couple of times. and
He's
he
not.
didn't see him.
Mayfield is not ready to go week 1 right now. He's not.
He's also got 0 first-team reps as well.
There's a reason for that.
Well, they believe Tyrod's going to be healthy all year, which I don't think that's going to be.
That's a big crapshoot too. But Darnold's looked very impressive.
Yeah.
That's the guy coming out that I thought had the best chance to start right away and make an impact. But
The only thing that I guess my biggest hiccup are we talking in general? Or are we talking from a fantasy standpoint?
In general,
All right.
fantasy, either way.
I'll roll it into my fantasy point because I think Darnold does look good. I'm not going to argue that, but his receiving core is just so questionable. He's not having huge production over there. He doesn't have huge producing receivers over there. He's hurting on weapons. He's got I hate to say a joke of a backfield, but I mean, Crowell's getting the start over there. Powell's getting the most touches.
Well, they just went and also signed Charkandrick West, who was recently cut from Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's something, but it's still not.
That just to me shows you that they're not 100% confident in that running back.
And that's what I'm saying. Without a rookie running back, I mean, either you've got to give him a good solid tight end, which
quarterback, you mean?
Or with quarterback, yeah. Sorry, guys. With a good solid, you got to have a good solid tight end,
which they don't have.
Yeah, they don't have, or you have to have a solid, solidified running game, which they don't have. I mean, you have to have
a good receiving core
or a good receiver. Well,
which they don't have.
To me, the Jets they're still in rebuild mode.
Definitely,
but they're still in a tough division. I mean, it's going to be a tough one. But I do want to see Darnold produce. I mean, from a fantasy standpoint, especially from a dynasty-wise standpoint, you want to see what a quarterback's going to do, and I'm sure he's going to ride a couple practice squads for a year or two. I would hope.
Who the hell is that guy?
But to the point, he's the only one so far that's came out and emerged as he's taken over as that starting quarterback for that team.
Yeah.
He's going to be their week one starter.
Yeah,
Mayfield's not going to do that.
Badger.
Rosen's not going to do that. Jackson's not going to do that. I mean,
Rosen's going to jump up. Rosen's looked pretty good, but his inaccuracies are a problem. He's got the cannon. There's no arguing that.
And Bradford has injury problems. We know that, so that's why he's got a high chance of starting this year.
Well, they've already played him with the first team, and he looked pretty decent.
Got to get him ready for it.
Yeah.
It's the inevitable. But back to fantasy, I did a 14-team Dynasty startup, and I drafted Baker and Darnold.
What rounds? Do you remember?
Not really. Probably later rounds because it was just a 1 QB league, but I was taking stuff for the value, and I'll trade them off later as they get ready.
There you go.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Well, all right. Well, let's take a look at the Rams, because they had Robert Woods, who did decent last year. You got Cooper Kupp, and you got Todd Gurley. You got 3 good solid weapons, but they go and sign Brandon Cooks. Brandon has shown, and I'm going to take this from Corey. If Corey's listening, Corey, I appreciate it because we talked about this the other day, and he brought up a valid point. Brandon Cooks shows that he can learn a system in a year and be productive. I mean,
he's 1,000 yards like every year and 6 to 8 touchdowns.
His fantasy value did drop down a little bit there in New England, but he's still a solid producer. What does that mean for Robert Woods? Does that open the door a little bit more for Robert Woods, or does it, close it up? I mean, that's my question. As for those people that have Dynasty, have Robert Woods sitting on their Dynasty team, or they're thinking about drafting Robert Woods, maybe
still a flex play.
Yeah,
flex. That's it.
Who,
He's a
Woods
good player.
Or Cooks?
Huh?
Who's the flex?
Woods.
Woods is a flex play for
yeah.
me. He's a great number 2 receiver. He's kind of like Eric
Cooks.
Decker, if you ask me. Just a great number 2 receiver.
I think both of them have the capability of putting up solid numbers this year. I mean, I don't see Woods putting up wide receiver 1 numbers, but
no.
If you need a second wide receiver, like on a bye week, or if you got a guy hurt, or you're just not very deep, Woods is a solid guy.
Well, you looking at Cooper Kupp as being the number 1 over there?
No.
Well, he led last year.
He had 176 points, and Robert Woods had 163.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a small cutoff. Obviously, Gurley torched everything.
Kupp is solid.
We're taking Gurley completely out of that equation.
Kupp's solid.
And I'm still
feast.
somebody that's. I think Josh Reynolds is still going to start making a push to get more playing time. He's moved up to the number 4 guy on that depth chart. He's a receiver. He's a solid playmaking receiver. Do not be surprised if you see his name come up a lot this year.
I think that's a decent little take. I mean, because he's gonna, they're gonna spread the ball around. I mean, there's a lot of little weapons over there they're doing, and their defense is solid. That's a scary combination.
I mean, they've probably got one of the best defensive lines in the league. One of the best secondaries in the league. Their linebackers are solid. They're nobody huge names, but
they work well in the system. Yeah,
that's a scary team all around this year. Their offensive line is.
They lost some players though on defense. Alex Ogletree was a player.
But they brought in better players than they lost.
Well,
they brought in Marcus Peters. They brought in Aqib Talib. They brought in Ndamukong Suh.
The problem with Marcus Peters is he also gives up a ton of yardage to receivers.
But they've got 2 of the best safeties in the league too.
Yeah.
LaMarcus Joyner is one of the top safeties in the league.
He's okay.
The second-year guy Johnson.
He's all right.
They've got guys to back him up there. Plus, they've got the defensive line who's going to put pressure on the quarterback.
Well, they got to get
rid
Aaron
of him.
Donald in.
Well, he's in. Aaron Donald's in. He's wanting a contract extension. Is his problem.
So he's not in.
Well, no, he's in.
Is he playing
through this year? Yeah.
Has he shown up to camp?
As far as I know, he has.
Has he finally shown up?
You got me. I'd have to look into it.
He's just wanting his contract renegotiated because he's playing under the franchise tag.
And I know we're on. I hate to shift it real quick because we're getting ready to kick off here at the Texans game, but I wanted to bring up a point because Jeff, I know you talked about it as well. The Redskins lost Darius Guice, and they signed AP. AP he came out like
that's Pat's boy.
Yeah, I mean, I loved AP, but I was a little scared. But at the same token, no, he's not on my team anymore. But he came out like a man possessed. Jeff, I know you talked about, you had a good point that you felt like the Texans should have signed him.
I mean, they got him for like 1 year, $1 million. You don't know about Dante Foreman. The guy played well when he was on there, so I don't see why the Texans, who obviously needed help at running back, wouldn't have gotten him. So it's just strange because I believe Adrian Peterson.
I feel they don't need that help. Internally, I don't think they feel that way.
I do. Texas State.
There you go. Make sure you walk in front of the camera.
Yeah, walk in front of the camera. No.
So,
but
to me, that's why they
AP still has it.
He looked pretty decent.
Players are just getting better, even in their older age. It's just the training, the technology, the nutrition.
Yeah.
If he was playing in the 80s, he would have been done at age 29.
Oh, I don't doubt AP and his ability to this day one bit if he's healthy. It's just a matter of is he going to stay healthy and what you're going to get from him.
Right. All right, shotgun here. Quick pass to your boy.
DeAndre.
Jump on? Sure. I'm going to let Colin jump on, guys.
Colin, the owner of Two Mules Tavern.
Welcome.
Oh, nice little.
Yeah, Spencer told us about this guy, so watch out. Oh, he's on. Okay.
Can you hear us there, Colin?
I can hear you.
It's very nice to meet you. My name is Chad. I hadn't actually met you yet.
Nice to meet you, Chad.
Hey, you met Clayton, the Amish?
Clayton.
He's on his Rumspringer, but, he's still testing it out.
Thank you for having us out here, by the way.
Oh, no. Absolutely happy to have you.
So are you a Cowboys fan or a Texans fan or a...
I'm a homer, so I'm a Texans
fan.
My
I heard there's
partner's a Cowboys fan.
I heard there was a duel
Florida.
here, yeah, that the split ownership with Cowboys and
So is
Texans.
there like
We are house divided for sure.
Man.
So is there like a ditch in the back we can go throw him in?
He's in Florida, so he's pretty much in a ditch already.
Nice.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well,
So-
if you ever need somebody to help you out with the whole Cowboy hate, I am the perfect guy because there's not a team I despise more.
He actually finally discovered reality, and this year he's like, yeah, we're probably not a playoff team. Normally it's the polar opposite. It's like, you're 2-8. We're going to the playoffs. We're going to the playoffs.
Well, there's been a lot of Texas Homer fans like, we're going to go 13-3. It's like, dude, we're lucky if we go 8-8. So
this year, actually, if we stay healthy, we got a team. I mean, we have the athletes. We have everything else we need. So
That's a big if, though. I mean, this team
gets
is...
hit, one person takes a bad hit. It's over.
There's
That's
not
right.
a lot of depth.
That's right. So tell us now you got happy hour going all day? What are the
We got
specials
happy
today?
hour all day. We got $5 bombs. Devin's behind the bar, and we're the perfect neighborhood bar.
I think it's a great place. You got darts, you got pool tables back there. It's definitely, this is a great place. TV's all over the place. If you want a bar to come to, this is the place to be.
You come twice, we know your name, and you're welcome to anything. So we have one rule. Are we allowed to curse?
Yes.
Our one rule is don't be an asshole.
Oh, all
That's
right.
it.
I gotta go.
So I was going to say Chad's out of here, but
Yeah, Chad's out.
Oh, 100%. Yes, I'm sorry. I have to claim
Pack it up,
so.
Dynasty Wise. All of us are out
Yeah.
here.
Whoa.
So, how long has this place been open?
we are coming up on our 6th year.
6 year?
Yep.
That's cool. And it was you and another guy who decided to open it?
Me and Brad Mayfield. Like I said, I'm the Texans. He's the Cowboys.
He's the Cowboys.
Like I said, we just try to be fun.
Right.
Come in, drink a beer, play a game of darts, watch a game, whatever. And just the one rule. We have one rule.
Just don't be an asshole.
The mules, we have no rules, but we have a lot of rules.
Correct me if I'm wrong here. Y'all do dart leagues here, correct?
We do.
How does that work?
Thursday night's actually a sign-up league. Sunday nights now we're doing just a standard dart tournament. We match $100 if we have 6 teams.
Okay.
Last night we did one just random. But,
Yeah. I play in a lot of little tournaments around here. That's why I've never done a league, though. That's kind of
you might have to go dust off your darts because I got a few guys in here that'll happily sit down
I
with
actually
you.
brought them with me, and my girlfriend, who's over here taking pictures, plays as well. So we might have to do that.
I'm not sure.
Yes, we're talking about you.
I'm not sure the deep end of the pool's here right now, but there's.
That's good.
Still pretty
I'll
good.
take the average end of it.
The deep end of the pool gets pretty deep.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
So
we
there's
do-
a lot of good dart players around
Oh
Houston.
no, we do.
Kareem Jackson
times a year
starting
we
at
do.
strong safety.
Imagine that.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry, we're talking football now.
No, go ahead. No.
Talk a
please
little bit of
continue.
everything. We're good.
Yeah, we're talking everything.
So it's Thursday nights, you said? Is
Thursday night. It's actually a long-standing league. It's a national,
Mm-hmm.
but 3 times a year we do actually a massive tournament. We put up $1,500
Oh, wow.
on top
Nice.
of it, and we pull in like international pros.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
those
darts?
things go crazy.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, it's a big thing. You
I
don't
don't really play
realize it.
darts.
There
like
are
that.
people on this
Pros
planet-
at darts?
Yes.
There are people that do nothing but throw darts. It's crazy as it sounds.
Yes. And going up against them as an amateur in
Oh,
a
they'll
tournament
kill you.
is just
They'll kill
like, it's embarrassing.
Oh no, Donnie
When
Ram,
you think you're good, you're not.
we were home bar.
I
for
wouldn't
Donnie
care.
Ram. And he, one day I just was like, what number do you just not hit? Because he just hits everything. He was like, I hate double fives, and they put 3 in double five. I was like, oh yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
That's just terrible.
Oh, yeah, right?
Can't even do that if I wanted
So,
to.
like, it's like if there weren't a darts league, like these people would be homeless. Like,
Yeah,
that
Chad-
does not benefit them in
Chad,
life
that's your
whatsoever.
partner. He can't do it. So
Yeah.
that's your partner.
Yeah.
You're like just nothing.
I get lucky
Yeah.
sometimes.
No. No, actually, we started a game here before we got on air, and I was just all over the place, and Diana was actually kicking my rear end. So.
See, I'll drag Ed Tolf up here and see if he wants to throw a game. But yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I'm all down for that. So
Ed Toff,
Oh yeah, he's sitting in the end of the bar. He's
pretty
good.
good.
He's
I just
good.
enjoy playing. I mean, it's the better competition to play against. It's just like anything else, football or you name it. It's the higher the competition level you play against, the more you have to raise your game.
You know what? If it's competition, I'm in.
All right, yeah, see, I'm all about it too.
I could probably play darts, but I still have not mastered just hitting the cue ball and pull it.
Now, Dungeons and Dragons, that's another story for Jeff.
Yes,
he'll
my
whoop some
level
hay on that.
18 cleric paladin kill you and heal you at the same time.
I will dig out my 13-year-old self and see how I can do it.
Damn right.
So,
Yeah, I keep looking at the pool table. I'm like going, one day I should be able to play this game. I just cannot play pool.
what is your Texans prediction for this year? What are you looking at? How do you
Actually, I
think
think
they're
they're
going
going 9-7. If they stay healthy, they might go 10-6.
Yeah.
It's all about health. I mean, if,
I agree.
Dogs are allowed in here?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
I was like, dude.
hey, they let Clay in, so they can let dogs.
Oh,
in.
yeah, that's true.
No, I bring mine down sometimes, but they have a habit of biting people's pants.
Oh, okay. I would bring my dog, but she's too hyper.
Oh, no. Actually, I woke up this morning and I had Beto advocate, I guess, at my front door. And I tried to close the door, and apparently didn't close all the way, and it opened up. My dog ran out and bit his pants.
Are you?
And he freaked out. And I said, you should see what she does to a socialist.
Oh,
Nice.
Let me guess which way you lean.
Not Beto.
Is it?
Ted Cruz has actually been good for us, so he's been a very rock solid, very steady senator, so I have no problem with him. Beto, checkered past, not that into it.
Isn't his name like Brian or something?
Yeah, just
Richard?
He grew up in a Hispanic neighborhood, and he got a Hispanic nickname.
Yeah.
And he's trying to do that to get votes.
He's trying to do that to give us. Like, we know what you. But then again, Ted Cruz's real name was like Raphael, so you can't blame him. You can't blame either one.
he went the other direction. But
So,
Right.
so with the Cowboys and Texans playing in the regular season this year, do you do any interesting bets with your partner?
I
Or
am quite sure we're gonna have a bet. We haven't made it yet.
have y'all done any in the past that are worth mentioning?
Nothing crazy.
No
Nothing
tattoos
crazy.
or streaking
No,
or
tattoos are
something?
crazy.
No. They did that when Texans went to Tampa Bay with friends of theirs, and a guy had to go get a Texans tattoo on that last second.
Oh,
win.
wow.
He had to go get a Texans tattoo, but then 6 months later he got it modified into like
The Buccaneers or something.
Buccaneers like peeing on it or
Right.
something crazy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we still had it.
Yeah. I don't do permanent body alteration bets.
No.
No. I'm too old for that stuff.
I was just never that dumb. I was like, I couldn't.
Are you a diehard football fan, or are you just kind of
I'm a hockey guy.
You're a hockey guy.
I grew up
Nice.
playing hockey. So
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I grew up.
I like men's sports.
What state?
men's sports?
New York.
New York?
Yeah, he's like giving me the crazy eyes on men's sports. Yeah.
No.
No,
it's-
they are. It's like, hey, I just took a puck to the face and my knee got twisted in half. I'm just gonna miss one line shift, guys, and I'll be back out there.
Well-
I missed 2 shifts and none of these are real.
You make
Yeah.
you make a good point with that
Wow.
though. Just especially kind of tying into the football. It's all these stupid rule changes that are just basically making it flag football for the quarterbacks and
they're
the receivers
killing
to do whatever they want. I mean, it's
They're getting rid of the enforcer in hockey.
Yeah, I hate that too.
Yeah, I do too, because I mean that was just like a code.
Boo.
yeah.
You know?
No, it's part of the
Who's
game.
booing?
Yeah.
No, he's booing the fact that they're getting rid of
He's
that.
getting
It's
that. See, I'm
part of the game.
I'm 45, and
Oh, you're a damn kid. Yeah.
so I don't
actually
know,
got
but I grew up and I just love Wayne Gretzky. And my mom got me an Edmonton Oilers jersey, so I'm walking around in 7th grade with an Edmonton Oilers jersey on, and all the rednecks living here like, that ain't the Houston Oilers. Who are the Edmonton? I'm like, it's just a hockey
Yeah,
team.
no. Wayne Gretzky had a career because Marty McSorley beat the crap out of anyone
Yes.
that ever touched him.
him and Yager both.
Messier.
Absolutely.
Messier as well.
And I'm sorry,
Yeah, well, Messier wasn't much of a fighter, but Messier would kill. I mean, Messier would run you over, but he wasn't much of a fighter.
I was very
McSorley
surprised
would kill
though
you.
to see bringing up the whole Gretzky and Yager thing. Jaromir Yager was still playing hockey like a year or 2 ago.
He was.
That guy
Still
was
playing.
playing
Yeah,
hockey
I
when
think
I was
he's
in
still-
high
No,
school.
he's still playing.
How is that possible?
He looks like the KFC
Have
Colonel
you ever
now.
if you met him, you'd see how it's possible.
Really?
Just a freakish athlete?
He's literally a brick. I met him in Prague, and the guy is he's a square. His entire body's a square. His legs are as wide as his shoulders. He is a brick.
Wow.
Could you imagine what kind of football player he would have made?
Oh, God. He was a soccer player. He grew up as a soccer player.
It'd be so sweet to see that hockey hair out of a football helmet going
Yeah.
down the field.
Oh, that mullet.
The
Oh,
curly,
God, he
the
had a
curly
great
hair mullet at that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just the mullet, the full-on perm mullet.
Well, the average person doesn't realize the difference between a pro athlete and you. It's like I sat next to Avery from the Spurs.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
On a flight, I actually wound up sharing a car with him because we actually got diverted at College
Yeah.
Station. We had to drive into Dallas, and we shared a car. And I'm sitting next to him. He was a small basketball player.
Oh yeah, he was a tiny
Yeah,
one.
his shoulders were probably.
Still.
Oh, I just unplugged myself.
Oh,
His
did you?
shoulders were probably
He unplugged.
5-6 inches across from mine.
It's okay. Colin's talking again. He never shuts up. It's okay.
That's fine. He's
Oh,
doing great.
it happens. No, I bumped the wire. But yeah,
Well,
you
it's
had no
technical
idea.
difficulty.
The guy
Athletes
was
and
huge.
sizes. We had a MMA fighter on with us 2 weeks ago,
I stared him down.
and that gentleman was freakishly large.
6'5", 295, and he looked slim.
Yes. Yeah, you go to a UFC expo, and
jump on?
you're just blown out of the water at how big these guys really are. And you're like, I mean, my lightest, I was 155, and sitting next to them, I was tiny compared to them.
The biggest guys I ever saw were the old wrestler Road Warriors, Legion of Doom.
Oh,
Holy
my
cow.
goodness.
I saw them. They came down here. It was at the old summit, and I went to high five them, and then I saw them. I pulled my hand back. I was like, all right.
Talk about like laurinaitis and everything.
yeah, Lord,
yeah.
I was like Animal and Hawk. I was like,
Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered the Hebel Zone.
the hell was that?
Yep, the Hevel
Hey
is
guys.
here.
Hey
Hevel,
guys.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
All right, I'm Jeff. You're Hevel, I guess.
Yes.
All right, and
I'm
Actually,
Mr. E.T.
Mr. E.T. So
He's
we have Hevel
the
and
dark
E.T.
guy that's going to play with me to beat up on Chad.
You're the dark guy.
I can dabble in it every now and then.
All right. Well, Chad's one of the guys with us. Chad is, he wants to play. Your thing go out.
Yeah, I just unplugged.
All right.
Yeah,
There we go.
we were talking darts
Can
a
you
little
hear
bit. And I said, I might go ask Ed if he wants to throw a game.
I might be able to dabble in it.
Well,
we'll
apparently
see
his
how it is.
girlfriend's better than he is, so we may have a good time with it.
Okay, I hear you.
Y'all take over our podcast while we do this. Got it? Okay.
Well, all right. So going back to the whole wrestling thing, I remember I think it was WrestleMania 20 that was here in Houston. I can't remember how old I was then, But I met The Undertaker and Kane, and then Kane was always one of my favorite wrestlers.
He's a big dude also.
Man, I'm telling you, and I'm 5'10",
Yeah.
I'm average. And I'm literally going like,
You're not on video, so that's not really.
Oh, he is on video.
Oh, then you are on video.
We are. We are live right now, folks.
so I'm looking up at this guy, and I'm sitting there going like,
Well, don't take your shirt off then.
I was like, don't do that.
Please.
So I'm like,
We'll see what the fans
We'll
say.
pay for that.
You never know.
Pay for that.
Yeah.
They might like that hairy guy.
But up until,
there you go.
But up until that point in my life, I had met athletes, but I'd never met athletes that large. And I'm sitting there going like, how do you get
no,
that
wrestlers are
large?
a different animal. I coached the Arrows youth.
Hockey league.
Well, it was clinics.
Yeah.
With Graham Townsend. Graham Townsend was 6'4", 240, and huge. The guy had no neck. He was huge, and we met Hulk Hogan at a charity event.
Yeah.
And
big.
it was like small, medium, large. It was just. I looked like I was 6.
Dude, his.
Though you are short, so it's okay.
I patted
I
Hulk
look
Hogan on
6.
the arm, and my hand looked like just like that.
Oh God,
man.
it's scary how big those guys are.
But he talks pythons. He has the pythons.
Oh yeah.
Hello. You got a friend here?
Well, we got a few friends here.
This is Teresa. She might flash her boobs. It has happened before.
Don't flash your boobs. We're live.
We are live.
Well,
Yeah, we're live pocket.
I remember when I lived in Vegas, I did a lot of security.
I didn't move. I don't think.
You did a lot of security.
There we
I did a lot of, when I was in the military and I was stationed in Vegas, and so our community service programs were basically doing security.
Uh-huh.
And so while I was doing security, I would meet a lot of, now I'm out.
Now, keep talking.
All right,
but
so,
how you out? You're talking about security.
No,
I mean,
his
Yeah, okay.
headphones went out.
So I'd meet a lot of celebrities, like sports athletes, and I remember I met Willie McGinnis, linebacker
yeah.
for the Patriots back in '04 and whatnot, and he was wearing this mink coat, and the only thought in my head was sitting there going like, you just literally put the entire mink species into extinction.
Yeah, right.
Just a huge guy. And, like I said, when you meet these guys, you're sitting there going like, how do they get that big? Like, I don't understand that. I mean, when I was in high school, and even when I was in the military, at 5'10", the most I ever weighed was 220,
I feel like
And
I'm
I'm
lied
210.
to. I feel lied to.
He feels like it.
Shut up.
I
can't
think
even
it's.
hear what you said, but I know it's not good.
I think it's something that has to do with horses and injecting. That's how they get that big.
If I could have the supplements that they do, I just don't have the ethic.
I don't have the worth ethic either.
Yeah.
I just be like, just.
I got to work out 4 times a day or 4 hours a day.
I did tell the
I don't even like
MMA
going to
fighter-
work 4
No,
hours
that's
a day.
minimum.
Yeah.
That's minimum.
I don't even like going to work 4 hours a day.
I,
Then you want me to work out?
I do want to tell
Well,
you
yeah,
guys.
just sit behind a computer and do.
I do want to say I do 5 minutes on the elliptical. I told the UFC fighter we both train. I do 5 minutes on the elliptical. So,
I
Yeah,
actually,
but once a day or twice
A
a
week.
day or
A week. Yeah, just-
once a week.
well, 1 minute a day for 5 days. So
Okay, so
yeah.
it's like I do one sit up a day. I wake up and I lay down.
I do 3 couch off, couch off.
And
couch
well,
off.
see, I do.
you got a great regime right there.
I do.
I do about 3 squats. I do about 3 squats a day. I get
You
out of my
really
office
do not
chair.
We
I
all
squat-
know where that's going.
I squat
We
on
all
the
know where that's
toilet.
going. It's
And I
okay.
squat back up.
That was a gimme. We all had that one. way
Guys,
before you were
if we keep this up, I think next week we'll just be shredded.
But I just want to say is like, you talk to him like normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually he's got a broadcast voice.
He
actually
really
could.
does have a broadcast voice. I'm gonna turn it over. I'm just gonna be like, here.
Yeah, just give it to Colin.
Yeah.
So he's gonna take it over anyways. So I mean,
right? Well, that's fine.
That hurts my feelings. Somewhere.
He's more
If I had
handsome
one, I didn't-
than
I
me,
had one.
so we'll get more
he's
chicks
just
on.
mad because we're gonna win in darts and he's tired of it.
Oh.
That's all it is.
Oh no, I'm your teammate.
He's your
Oh, I know.
teammate
That's why you're
versus
tired
dad.
of winning because you play
Oh.
with Justin all the time. So
Oh.
It gets boring. Yes.
it does. It does get boring.
So let me ask you guys, Houston Astros fan,
Absolutely. If you can't tell, I mean,
right?
it's here.
And a Texans fan.
Absolutely.
What do you think the Texans? How do you think they're going to do this year?
You know what?
We just talked
I'm a fan, so I'm gonna love that they do great.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna stick by them no matter what. But I guarantee you, Watch keeps it up, we'll be all right.
All right.
We were
That's
just
not
having
exactly
this
a prediction.
conversation
Just
that,
saying.
honestly,
that was not a prediction.
He said, "All right, we're thinking 9-7, 8-8."
well,
No, I'm not going to give a prediction. 'cause
Okay.
If I give a prediction, I'm going to lose. So I'm just going to leave it out there.
See,
You'll
we
go-
were
but
actually
Texas
we
will go
were
10
going to
and 6.
podcast a bet you against everybody on the planet on your prediction. We were going to go that route. So
You probably would.
I will.
He said 9-7.
I did.
No, I think they'll go 10 and 6. But we were talking about this just a little while ago. The success of the Texans is solely on one person, and it's not J.J. Watt. It's Deshaun Watson because
Exactly.
J.J.
Our,
Watt,
our defense is always going to be
they're going to
there.
do their job. You got
Yeah.
Merciless. You got all these people that are on that squad that can pick up the slack. You can stop points, but if you're not scoring points, and I'm sorry, Brandon Wheaton's not going to take you to the promised
There's a
land.
big drop off of Deshaun Watson. Yes,
There is. And,
Right,
but ever since the Texans have been in the league, it's always been a quarterback problem.
Deshaun Watson is the quarterback of the year. J.J. Watt was up for the MVP. They'd have won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They'd
Both
have
would
won it because our defense was.
Yeah, but I mean,
our defense was.
you can
brutal.
get to the Super Bowl without J.J. Watt. You're not going to get there without Watson.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, very true. But
He's
you also
gonna
gotta
help,
say, it's like
but-
everybody says
You-
defense,
and- hey, you-
defense wins Super Bowls.
Hey, you know what?
Okay, but if you don't have offense, you're never gonna
everybody
get there.
jumped up and
Yep.
down on Clowney
Stopping
the first
points
2 years.
is one thing. Scoring
Everybody
points is
jumped
another.
on Clowney the first 2 years because he was injured and he wasn't performing to the level they wanted. And then last year, he anchored him. So, I mean, you actually get a healthy Watt and a Clowney. You've got a real live defense.
I've got a bone to pick with Clowney. You're the first pick of the draft. Please get at
Yeah,
least
but-
double-digit sacks one
no,
year.
well, he
It's a
was
contract year. He's going to kick butt this year.
He was injured 2 years, then he didn't have Watt on the other side, which was
Right.
the whole idea. He's never played with a healthy Watt.
But
when he was
Merciless got double
Now,
digit
here's
sacks.
because now
that's
hold on.
because they were double teaming.
All right.
I don't know if y'all knew this about
I'll give you that.
Clowney. This is where I was iffy on their pick of getting Clowney.
We were all iffy.
Dude, the guy takes out, before the draft even started, he takes out a $10 million life insurance policy on his body. And sat out his whole senior year.
I've got $1 million on yours because, well, hey,
My body's worth it's not even worth $10, all right?
Maybe
It's
20.
not, it is not worth the steak buffet that I go abuse it with, all right?
I would have never played football if I took a $10 million. I'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
I fell down my
But
stairs.
If you're, taking
Sorry.
insurance
Right.
policy, if you're taking insurance policy out on your body before you even get drafted, like that should say something that you don't trust your body to hold up to the rigors of the league.
That actually might be something their agents tell them because it's such a high impact sport. It's almost turning into flag football now, guys.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
We were actually, that was
Well,
something we were
what
talking about.
flags?
But the reality is you know what? You got a contract that's not guaranteed. Yeah, get paid. But you get wrecked, you break your back, get paid. I have no
Yeah,
hate
but it's
on
also
that.
all endorsements too. So what does it matter? They're going to get paid on endorsements no matter what.
Okay, so speaking
Not
of
hurt.
that, look at Rob Gronkowski. Rob Gronkowski has been injury riddled the last couple of years. The guy has so much money in his account because he's only spent, like, everybody thinks he lives his lavish lifestyle. He
Oh,
does.
he does not.
Yeah,
though.
well, I
But
mean,
he
Lynch,
actually really
Gronk,
he does party
both
a lot.
of them. Neither
but
one has ever cashed
He's spending
a,
endorsement money, not
game
salary
check.
money.
Oh, really?
No, yeah.
No,
Is it
actually.
just all-
Oh no,
Look at-
Gronkowski bought himself a Hummer like 2 weeks ago.
Endorsement money.
But he's lived on endorsement money.
That's
He's
all
never
he does.
cashed. He's
Marshawn
never
Lynch.
cashed a game check. He just it
Well,
goes
then
into
you
account
go
he
on his
doesn't use it.
ESPN debut when they were doing the the body issues.
Yeah.
well, look at
Right. I was on that.
and look at what
Yeah, I bet you were too.
and look at
You
Marshall.
look like him a little bit.
I was
Just,
like,
just to let you know, I'd
Yeah.
have gone in with a different color on the thong, but otherwise, cool.
What are you talking
Oh,
about? There was
thank
no
you,
thong.
Well, and look what Marshawn
there was
Lynch
one.
did.
No, he was just whipping it around. Didn't get it.
When
know what?
Marshawn Lynch
It was
retired
like a bird
from
has
Seattle,
legs together.
he had
He had-
$49.8 million in his account.
He never
touched
a
his
game
salary.
check. He never touched his salary.
Never
once.
touched
He
his
lived off
check.
endorsements, and that was it. And he didn't even have a lot of endorsements.
For anyone out there listening, I will endorse your product for $10K. You don't have to
Right.
pay these guys $40 million. I will do it for $10K.
Well, you know, who
I'll
started
take
that was
15.
I want to say it was Bill Russell. It was the second year that Shaquille O'Neal was in the league with Orlando, and he was spending a lot of his rookie money and everything. And I want to say it was Bill Russell that told him, "Hey, don't be one of these guys that has a successful career and then 4 years after you get out, you're broke." So He ended up spending
Apparently, we're
only.
getting told to shut up.
He didn't.
No.
He didn't spend any of
No,
his.
he's telling us Houston scored a touchdown because, yes, Houston. That's what he's
It looks
telling
like
us.
Alfred Blue scored
There
off
you
an
go.
interception. Huh?
Was that
Let
a
me
pick
see it.
six? Was it a pick six? We're yelling at each other, so.
Oh, okay.
Houston prediction.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, these two won't actually say number. I'm saying 9 and 7.
10 and 6.
He said 10 and 6.
I'm saying 10 and 6.
Yeah,
The
10
biggest
and 6 is
obstacle is
very-
Jacksonville.
Probably.
They're a tough team now.
I just say if we actually step up, I'll go 11-5.
Wow, 11 and 5.
I think Jacksonville's going to go 12 and 4. Y'all are going to go 11 and 5. Pick up the wild card in the at the end.
And then we're probably going to run into the Patriots as always.
Well, I don't know. The Patriots got whipped earlier.
No. The biggest problem is O'Brien is still going to be Belichick's little brother.
Absolutely. I mean, they're still
He can't coach against them. He has even when he has a better team, he can't coach against them. It's like
Yeah, but there's one day he's going to step up.
no, he gets conservative and then he gets scared, and then Belichick
I wouldn't say
beats him.
scared.
He gets scared of Belichick. Belichick's his hero, and he doesn't want to be his hero. And you see it every time they play.
Well, you can't trust a guy with an ass chin.
No.
Right?
No.
I was going to go with
Definitely.
bald head beard, but sure. I'm
Right?
By the way, just to let you know, I loved you in the Hangover. So,
We've come to that now.
oh, we're getting there soon.
I need to go to work.
By the way, I would check your drink and see if he put some roofies in it. 'Cause
There's probably more than one.
if
Because
he
Colin
offer-
does kind of do that
if
every
he
now and
offers
then.
you a marshmallow, don't take it.
Okay. Somebody's asking, why is it called Two Mules?
Because they would not let us call it two jackasses.
Oh, okay.
That's actually very true, though.
It's actually very true.
From
TV
That's
said,
like
yeah.
the.
It's-
yeah, TV said
That's
no.
like the most truthful answer in the history of answers. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it is
Direct
what it
to
is,
the
though.
point. What are they gonna call
I've
that?
been with this bar since the beginning, and it's
I have too.
and
so
that, yeah, and,
we've
that,
been
and, that's,
there.
and that's the truest thing because we asked Brad and David, why can't y'all why two mules? And they wouldn't let us say two jackasses.
Man,
I was
that
like,
was
fair
the
enough.
original name, and
But
they said
there's
no.
two jackasses on the window, though.
Speaking of which, your mom called. It's an intervention. You've been here 6 years. It's like, no, that's bad for business. Like, no intervention.
There's been a few bands along the way, but sure.
Right? Now, you guys getting into fantasy football?
I actually have a draft tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Because
I retired after 15 years of playing. I retired, and then one of my buddies got me sucked into a $25 league. Nothing major, but we have a draft tomorrow, and I got to be up early tomorrow.
What pick do you have?
Huh?
What pick do you have? Do you know?
I haven't even looked at it at all. I'm definitely taking Jacksonville's defense though.
Well, don't take it early.
No, dude. If you pick a defense or a kicker, anything earlier than the 8th round, you're an idiot.
Yeah. See, some people
You're an
debate even a
idiot.
quarterback, but I've won with Aaron Rodgers. I've taken Aaron Rodgers early, and then I don't have to draft quarterback for like 15 more rounds. I'm like, I'm done. I got the best one.
See, I don't even go quarterback until like the 4th or 5th round.
Yeah, see, a lot
I
of
go
people
running
don't.
back and receiver and tight end usually in the earlier rounds because, let's be real, it doesn't matter who's quarterback, and that's the consistent is the
Right.
receivers. Because what happens if your quarterback gets injured or has to come out
Right.
for whatever?
See, I keep winning every year because Brad still picks Troy Aikman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he's a Cowboys fan.
Oh, he's a huge.
Oh, I played with a Cowboys fan once. He drafted every Cowboy. It was like,
well, hey, man,
all
just
right, dude.
turn around and see how many Cowboy signs you see.
I saw one
Just-
way in
I
the
mean,
bag.
Dude, there's a flag there, too.
Oh,
But
you-
check us out on DynastyWise.com, and we're joining Houston Preeminence. It's going to be this big area-wide Houston thing with former radio host Jason Braddock. We're getting all the podcasts together. They're starting up a big thing, so October 1st, we're going to be rolling. And so if you need, oh, crap, what do? You hit us up on DynastyWise.com, our Facebook, and October 1st will be Houston Preeminence.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so if tomorrow you're drafting, go to our Facebook page and message us, and one of us will be like, no, don't do that.
Well, all right, so
Oh, see, he's got to get his spot in. It's okay. But it's your podcast, so, I mean, you get that.
yeah, I'm plugging.
One
A little plug right there.
Two Mules
Right
Tavern.
in there.
and I'll tell you
Thank
this.
you
one of
for
the
your
big reasons-
permission, Ed.
You're welcome.
One of the bigger reasons I walked away from fantasy football for a few years was simply because when they changed the rules of practicing, you could only they reduced the amount of full contact practices you could have. Well, that's when all the injuries started happening. You know, you had, I remember in 2014, I went through 4 running backs by week 3.
Oh, man.
You know, and so I just stepped away from it because I was like, well, they're limiting the amount of full contact practices. Therefore, people are getting injured more. Therefore, it's like, how do you really pick? Because people are getting injured more now than ever before.
You can't.
That's why I went to flag football.
That's why it's going
was the
to.
I mean,
conversation.
you
No.
said that earlier, though.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but that's why we need to go back to the 90s when we let people like Bill Romanowski get juiced to the gills, and he never got injured, but he would murder people. It was
Right.
fun.
He would spit
I think we
people's
should take,
faces.
I
and-
honestly think we should take steroid testing away from every sport.
Do you
Just
know
let 'em
why?
juice to the gills.
Do you know why?
And let 'em go at it.
Do you know why Bill Romanowski played that way? Do y'all know the story? Because people, they asked him. They said, "Why you play so hard?" He goes, "When I was a rookie, I was in a room. I was on the practice field, and this guy was running out of bounds, and I let up, and then he cut back in." He says, "I go in the film room
I
with the
actually do know
defense."
this story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And he says, "I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear Ronnie Lott. Actually, Ronnie Lott tells the coach, "Stop it. Stop the tape. Cut on the lights." And I'm scared to death because it's Ronnie Lott, and he's telling the coach what to do. And Ronnie Lott looks straight in my eyes and says, "You ever stop fucking playing before that whistle blows, I'm going to knock your head off." Part of my language.
No.
It was Ronnie Lott who said it, not me.
I grew up.
Hey,
I
you were
grew
just
up on
quoting
West Point
him. It's
playing
okay.
hockey, and
It was
that-
a quote.
They said that if you're the best
don't lose
player on the
points for
team
both, right?
and the worst player gets hit, you're coming. I don't care if you get kicked out. I don't care anything about that. We protect each other and we play until the whistle blows every time. And if you can't do it, you're out of here.
Right.
And they told us that at 4 years old.
Oh.
At 4 years old, that's exactly how they coached us.
See, when I walk in a bar,
You talking
I
about
look
hockey
for the
again?
guy. Yes.
Well, we're talking about,
I like hockey, so.
Well,
Oh, he's
you're-
a big hockey
Yeah,
fan.
no, you're
I know.
He's a
you play
huge hockey
you
fan.
play to the whistle and you play hard all the time. Thoughts on kneeling? I'm happy to talk about this. I can actually show you a reply on that one that I did because my bartender got a message from the veto thing.
Hey, Devin.
Yeah, and
Great guy, Devin.
Oh, Devin's awesome. Every Saturday is Devin. Come see Devin. Devin's awesome. But yeah, no, just
So
straight across the board.
I don't want to talk it because I hate it. But let's start off with you about NFL players kneeling.
Oh, no. That's not a good conversation.
I'll happily step into it. You know what?
I will.
You are not more of an American to kneel for the anthem. You're a better American when you stand for the anthem and then
Amen.
express your point. Not during the anthem. We have very, very, very little in this country that actually ties us together.
That's very
And
true.
sports is one of them. Our anthem is another one. And you can disagree with me on anything, and that's fine. I can take it and I'll listen to you and everything else. I do this all the time. I debate with a Rice professor literally every day.
Have you been called a racist?
Oh,
Because
I
generally,
get-
when I
yeah,
talk with leftist
I'm
people,
Jewish, I'm called a
leftist.
Nazi.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I got this.
Well, no, the other thing
But-
is, him and I were talking about that earlier. Like, we were sitting down at
but the
end of
reality is
quarter.
the anthem is what ties us together. Sports helps ties us together. We have to actually deal with that. And kneeling during the anthem doesn't actually get your point across. It separates more people than it brings
Exactly.
together, which means which means your protest is ineffective. If you're upset about something, tell me why you're upset. I'm happy to listen. I'm happy
Yeah.
if I agree
Let's
with you.
talk
I will,
like gentlemen.
I will actually.
Let's sit down and
I
let's
will
actually
That's
actually
out
work
the
with
window.
you.
Well-
You're a racist or a Nazi now. That's it.
I will actually work with you if I agree with your point, or I may disagree with your point, A or B. But the fact of the matter is that, you know what, there's certain things that we have to hold on to, and once we throw them away, then it's gone.
Well, Colin, I'll give you, and I know you come from a veteran family, and I'll give you a veteran standpoint on it, because I got asked this last night, and I was telling him about this, and this guy was appalled that me as a veteran would have this opinion on it. I don't get that involved with the whole kneeling issue, because I don't agree with the timing and the place of it.
Of course,
Okay.
which is all I said.
But
which is what I
right,
said.
Right, exactly what I said. But
Finish this.
But the biggest thing that I have with it is people are not understanding what the Constitution stands for and why we signed these contracts to put our lives on the line. is so that people can have that right.
Yeah,
you don't
so you
have
can
to
have that
agree with
freedom
it.
to do it.
You don't have to like and agree with it.
Yes, but you're also living in a country now where Alex Jones got
I understand that, but
kicked out of
Gavin
everything.
McGinnis.
Gavin
but
McGinnis
hey,
has been
Laura
kicked off
Southern
everything.
is disrespectful.
If you disagree with
the popular movement.
with the popular movement,
Right.
you're kicked out. And
But you can't
I'm not
be
trying
mad.
to. I don't want anybody banned. I don't want anybody kicked out of the league. I don't want anybody ostracized. I don't want any violence of anybody. But I'm saying that, you know what? There's a better way to do it, and there's always a better way to do it. And I disagree with that way
Yes.
to do it.
Yeah, but also it's their job.
yeah.
They're working at that point.
But the fact
That's
of the
one thing
matter
we
is,
talked about.
But
They're
the
working.
Yeah, it's a workplace. But hold on. The fact of the matter is, one of the things that our veterans go to war for is so that they have the right, they still have the right to protest and do whatever they want. I mean,
And I 100% agree.
They have that right to do it. Now,
They have the right. I disagree with their way they did it.
I disagree. I don't like the way they do it. I don't like the time and the
I
place of
agree
it.
with their ability.
But-
I disagree with their timing.
Well, here-
Absolutely. That's what we talked about the whole time. That's what
But
started the
this
conversation.
country
That's
was
what I said.
This country was founded on difference of beliefs and being
Still
able to
loved you in
express
the
those.
Hangover.
And we didn't come. Throws in there. Well, here's a take I had on that, and it was from former coach Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy, Christian man, an African American. He definitely tries to get these guys. You know, that team say, "Oh, troublemaker," but he brings them in because he wants to help them. He brought up a good point. He said, "While you have the right to do it, you know, it's similar to what you said. You know, it is the flag. Let's just go. It's the pledge. Let's just go and stand up. I will give you 15 minutes of my time as a coach in my press conference to come talk about it. So while we could say they have a right, well then people, and I'm not one to say it, to do it, but if a player, you know, there's been even Kaepernick got in trouble for dropping an N-bomb. Well, where's the right to free speech if you want the right here? So why are we cutting? You're choosing certain rights.
But is there really true speech on media right now?
No, because
No. Actually,
it's selective. It's
It's
selective.
100% right. You have a right to free speech, and I 100% agree with the right to free speech. The difference is right now you're at work. My bartender Devin has a right to free speech. If he decides to stand on the bar and do a rant, there's going to be a repercussion.
Why is he doing the Nazi salute right now? I'm just kidding.
That's
No,
because-
he's just about to take his clothes off. That's all.
Oh, no, that's him asking how many shots, and you just got cut out of it for asking about that and calling it a Nazi salute.
Hold on.
Yeah,
What
sorry
it,
about
what,
your bad
what,
luck on there.
what the whole kneeling thing,
Bad choice.
what it comes down to is, it's not that you're disagreeing. It's picking and choosing a time and a place to say what you need to say.
Absolutely.
And now, like I said, they have the right to do it, say it whenever they want to. I don't agree with the time and place that they're doing it. Okay. And that's all.
So we're agreeing. We're just saying in a different angle.
Exactly.
Right, exactly. That's
Different
exactly what I
perspective.
said.
Just different
Y'all are
perspective.
saying the
That's
same
it.
thing. It's just different angle.
I could eat a marshmallow. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you don't like getting burned.
I could make so many jokes about that comment.
Because
I mean, oven, roasting.
Ed's totally going to wind up with a face tattoo.
Well,
but I want
guys,
this side. I don't like this side. I want this side.
well, guys, I appreciate everyone coming on. Y'all want to give a final thought? Final thought: Texans, fantasy football, Astros, anything. Go ahead.
I will see the Houston Astros in the ALCS.
Dang right. Amen, brother.
I'm a Red Sox fan,
Absolutely.
so.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Hold on. No. On the final thought, he went and got that about a month ago just because he wanted to.
Just
Well,
guys.
that's the freedoms we were talking about.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, show it to the camera, though.
Right?
Hey, he's got it.
And final thoughts?
But I don't believe I need one.
God bless Texas.
I definitely appreciate everything you said. Again, about the kneeling, you know, they may have the right to do it. It's just the wrong time. And only three football players actually did stuff in the off season to push their cause. So why are you waiting the off season to come back and do it now when only three? And I'll tip my hat to those three players. Okay, you're actually going to the police, you're going to the community, and you're saying, let's work on something.
Yeah.
So that is my final thought. And appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you
All
very
right. Well,
much.
my
guys.
final
for
thought
having
is Mules is a great place. Y'all come hang out,
Team
throw
Mules is
some
good.
darts. You know.
And they got really good bathrooms, which I need to go visit.
All right, man. Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate y'all.
Thanks for having
Team
us.
Mules is definitely a great place.
Are y'all getting off air?
I am, but we're rotating.
Oh.
If you want to stay on, you can. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I had fun. So,
Did you?
I've had a blast. No, them were hitting it. I was like, I got customers.
My thing was like, I wanted at least 2 of us on at a time. So I was like,
Oh, I know.
I hated Jeff being on by himself
I didn't know why y'all jumped off, so I was like,
because we were all about having people come on. Jeff.
Okay. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we're good.
All right, we're good.
Dynasty Wise in action. All right.
Let's get back to some football and fantasy football talk here, guys.
yeah, like I say.
All right. So we got a 7-7 game. Alfred Blue scored a touchdown. I don't think to start the season he's anything to worry about until we have some injuries. Fantasy-wise, Farrell Cooper got theirs. He's so far down the depth chart. You know, that's not going to be any guarantee.
Yeah,
either.
he's pretty much there for special teams and an occasional catch here and there from Mr. Goff, my backup quarterback on my fantasy team, by the way.
Who, Goff, your backup?
Yeah, I got Cousins as my starter and Goff as my backup.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, no, it's
I mean, you're not going to win any championship this year because you got to go through me. But
bull crap.
it's good. To
All right,
have.
all right.
You'll be losing
whoa,
week
whoa.
one.
Here
You've
we
yet
are.
to beat me in a regular season
Let's-
game, and
let-
that will continue to happen.
Let's make this interesting. Clayton,
What?
let's make some head-to-head bets and some overall record bets for this year. Me and you.
All right.
Intriguing.
What are you proposing?
What rounds are
I
y'all
think y'all
talking?
should bet a Prince Albert.
Pass for me. Well, I don't have to worry because I'm not
Outside
losing.
the pants handy, and what pick?
I need in the pants handy.
Well, I
The
think
plot
there's a young
thickens.
lady at this bar here already that can handle that for you.
Yeah, but
let's talk
sometimes
football. Was
your hands are still soft too.
that is true.
And this is me checking out.
So no, let's figure it out. Who let's kind of go over your team a little bit. Who do you have as your starters going into week one?
Going into week one, I don't know, but I'm either
He's
Andrew
running
Luck,
back strong. I know that.
either Andrew Luck or Cam Newton at quarterback. At running back, I'm gonna go with.
So you
Kamara
mean
and
Cam
Hunt.
Newton because Andrew Luck is we
Like,
don't even
it's
know if he can throw a
it's
football.
debatable.
No,
yet.
he can
Yeah,
throw a
actually,
football now.
I actually have
He's
that question on
slinging it.
that. Do you actually believe Andrew Luck's got his arm back? Because
I think he is done
Andrew
as an
Luck-
elite quarterback.
No,
I do too.
Andrew Luck
I
is
do
ready
too.
to get nasty. He shaved the beard, the beard is gone, and now he's got the 70s porn stash, and he's ready to sling that ball around.
Well, then maybe he needs to go into that profession because as a professional elite quarterback, where he would be probably a number 5, number 6 guy quarterback-wise on a dynasty
I
thing.
actually kind of agree on this because I think he's fragile
He is.
and he doesn't have a line.
He will definitely have a run game when Penny comes back.
He is on a
Yeah, but he's
horrible,
fragile.
horrible team that will not protect him with no receivers to throw to except for T.Y. Hilton.
I don't really necessarily
and no defense.
say it's fragile. I don't think he's going to be looking to lower his shoulder against a linebacker again.
Well, he better lower
Ever
it when
again.
they're sacking him 6
He
times
better,
a
he better
game.
slide.
He has no choice.
Yeah, he better slide.
Look at Blue.
No,
Yes,
he has no choice. He has no
sliding,
line.
falling down on
Yeah.
purpose, whatever you want to call it. But
The four of us could defend him better than his line right now.
I totally agree with you. I mean,
think-
really, the guy got crushed. That's the whole reason he missed time. I mean, it's
He's going to be the David Carr of this generation.
only he actually has ability and
What a run.
was
No,
once an elite QB.
Oh no, Carr.
Yeah, Carr had a-
Carr could have been in all class. He could have been a Brady. He had no line. He just got destroyed. He got gun shy.
I agree with that, except for the fact that he used a glove on his hand to throw the football, and that I was like, you're done right there. Yeah.
What do you
It's a
want?
bold
You-
move,
Yeah.
Cotton.
Not only that,
Bold move.
not only that, he's got a younger brother who just said, "Yeah, I'm the real D-car in
Yes,
this family."
Except he actually trained his younger brother and said,
Oh,
"This
yeah.
is what's coming."
Oh, yeah.
And he actually said, "I screwed this up. you won't. And
Well,
his younger brother did.
Did you see?
You could kind of say the thing.
The
same
players
thing
actually
for
said
Andrew
that
Luck with
David
his dad
Carr
Oliver.
had he had the potential to actually be a beast, but he was
I agree.
last one in the locker room, first one out.
The man suffered just the fact that he was the
That's
starting
actually fair.
quarterback on an expansion team that had no depth, and yeah.
Well, no, they actually drafted a line in the draft, and then 2 retired, 1 got injured, and next thing you
Yeah,
knew,
the whole
there's
Baselli thing, that was just a total. Well, the only
Wow.
reason they took Baselli is because they were able
Oh,
to
I
get
can
the other
see.
2 players with him.
They drafted a line in their expansion draft. 2 retired, 1 got injured, and the next thing you knew, he had CFL line, and he was just he was an abuse toy.
Yeah.
I mean, my dogs are sweeter to their chew toys than they were.
Yeah, well, their best offensive lineman was the guy they found sacking groceries, Chester Pitts. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
Chester
that
Pitts.
guy, he was an awesome
Yeah, he
guy
was.
to that team. But I mean, literally,
Yeah, Chester Pitts was definitely a good find, but
yeah. And I can't remember which offensive lineman they had. I don't know if it was McKinney or one of the guys is the one who found him.
yeah,
and was
yeah,
like brought him
Gotcha.
on, but.
right.
But
Wow.
yeah, that whole David Carr
Technical
situation. So
difficulties,
anyway,
yeah.
so let's go back. So Andrew Luck, that's not your week 1 starter. We kind of figured that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
so Cam
but-
Newton-
Go back to your run game. You're going to be
Are-
starting Kamara and Hunt.
Kamara,
What's your
Hunt.
possible flex? What's your third running back?
Maybe Royce Freeman at the pace
Ooh.
he's at.
Shopping for headphones for you.
You know, Royce Freeman was my number 1 target for running back in the draft that we had this year.
He was
but
my number 2.
and I say number 1 because I didn't have the first pick, I didn't have the second pick. So
Oh,
so you
okay, I
could
see
take
what you're
Geese
saying.
out, Barkley out. You know, you take your top 2 guys out. Freeman was the next one for me on that list. I really like the guy's situation in Denver. I think it's him and Booker. I'll take him over Booker any day of the week.
You guys are fantasy guys. AP back. And
Okay.
Adrian Peterson's back.
Yes, he is. And there's 2 different ways to see it in fantasy:
He'll
redraft
be
and
getting
dynasty.
the touches, but we'll see if he'll
In
be putting the
redraft,
production, though.
in our redraft league, he's a good guy to have as that 3rd running back.
Third.
In a dynasty, he has no value whatsoever.
Third.
Yes, 3rd.
I'm asking. I'm not a fantasy guy. So I'm
Because
Yeah.
in fantasy, here's the thing: in fantasy, you want guys that you know you can count on every week to go out and score points. I don't think we can say that yet about AP with Washington.
Age comes in a factor, too, with Dynasty.
Except Washington's actually has a great running line.
Yes, they do,
he's
but
gonna
they
get holes. He's going to get.
but
a
they
lot of
also
holes.
have Chris Thompson. They also have Samaje Perine.
Hi, Perine.
It's
He's still Adrian Peterson.
He looked good too. Peterson
you can't.
did look good.
Okay, when it comes to this stuff, you got to remember, just like in gambling, in any aspect, you have to take emotion out of it. You have to. You can't
That's
go off
past
the
is
name.
past,
His
yeah.
name is AP. Take the name away, and
at numbers.
He's
insert
gonna
somebody
be
else's
seeing the
name. It's
touches.
about what he does,
Yeah.
what's his age. You can't just be, oh, it's Adrian Peterson. It's an older running back who once had a prestigious career, who is still trying to have that and has ability, but how much does he really have to offer?
Another thing,
how old is
Dynasty-wise,
he?
this is a temporary situation right now for him.
How
in
old is
Washington.
Adrian?
Off the top of my head, I want to say
32?
34,
At
33,
least,
something
at
like that.
least.
Yeah, but he also has 2 years of no damage on the body, which is normally the problem with the running back is they take a beating. It's like that was the problem with Zeke.
He also had
But-
the most historic comeback ever after tearing his ACL and
Absolutely.
MCL.
Yeah, okay,
that's a
but that
big
goes to
factor,
show you,
too.
he's
The guy's
already
a beast.
missed 3
Guy's a
full
beast.
seasons over his career due to injury.
Shelf
3
life
full
on
seasons.
running backs are usually around 3.5
32.
years.
It's 32.
3.5 years for a shelf life.
3.5 years,
Strong.
and if
Yeah.
they make it past 30, 31, 32, then that's, man, you're something.
I mean, but he's the man to do it. You know.
Oh, he
yeah.
is.
Oh, yeah. He's pushed the
Can
limits
he go
before.
out and be the leading rusher in the NFL this year? Of course. If he goes out, but
See, when you said second,
Maybe.
When you said second string, I wouldn't have said a word. Third string, I was like, third?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's got more mileage than most based off of his timeout.
Situational right now. First 2-3
I
weeks,
mean,
he's
for God's
going to
sakes,
be
he-
seeing about 25 to 29 touches.
okay,
a
so
game.
He
but
lost
weeks
your
4
first
through
back in the
9.
Exactly, but I'm saying temporarily, his whole situation is temporary.
Agreed. He's a spot guy.
Yeah.
Do you want to have to rely on him for 16 weeks
No.
to
probably
put points up? No, and that's where that comes from.
not. Okay.
I'll take him as my number 3
He
guy.
might be a big
who-
sleeper, but it's
if
a,
I
it's
need
a
him for
later
3 or
pick.
4 weeks throughout the season, yes. Do I want him every week? No.
My only question was third level. running
Okay,
back.
well,
So,
okay, third level in fantasy.
I'm not a fantasy guy. That's why.
Okay, well, to
I asked.
translate that,
There's
third level in
tiers.
fantasy, most leagues are 12-team leagues. Okay,
Yes,
each
sir.
in most leagues are 2 running back. So that's 24 starting running backs in your league.
Put him in the top 30 is what you're basically saying.
So basically, I'm putting him between 24 and 32 right now in the
Fair.
league,
That's why I asked.
and
why I asked.
and honestly, that's productive. But again, it's you want those.
Solid
you know,
week in, week
yes,
out, and
yes,
he's a
every week.
temporary situation right now.
Especially at that position because that's one of your highest scoring positions. So,
No, I do the gambling side of it. I don't do the fully side of it. So
yes.
I don't know.
Well, we'll have to
I
get
like
you. We'll have to
Scarlet.
change that. You're going to have to kind of get into this.
We got
because,
we
I'm
got
not sure I
depth
wanna
at
dive in a league
linebacker,
with
and
you
they don't
bastards.
want to.
I'm not sure I want to dive in a league
well,
with
but
you
see,
guys.
but that's what Dynasty Wise is here for, to help people out like yourself to
It
be able to
doesn't-
dive into it.
Doesn't mean I'm going to put money into a league to bet against you.
Oh, I love the way this guy thinks already. I have this innate ability to just draw people to hate on me, and I love it.
Oh no. I'm just saying that you know more about
It is,
this. because
Joe. I mean,
fantasy is a different version.
Oh,
of football.
100%.
We all
I
hate
mean,
Toad.
it's
Chad,
they all
Chad,
hate
I
me
mean,
because
Chad, Chad.
I'm the smartest and the best at it, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Where'd you
I
finish?
think there's 2 guys
Yeah.
that give me stink eye right now.
Oh, I
saying,
think
what?
I think there's 2 guys present, and there's about 8 other guys that are in my league that are probably doing it as well. So
Yeah.
Oh no. When I gamble,
Well, that's a lie.
I walk in. It's not gambling.
it's not.
No, I'm winning. I know. I'm
It's
winning.
winning. It is winning exactly.
Right.
And that's the whole thing. Fantasy football is no different.
Yeah, and
You
if you
know,
want to up
it's-
your game, for sure, go ahead and follow us at DynastyWise.
Yes.
Apparently, these guys know what they're talking about. They just yell at me a lot.
Yeah, we yell at each other a
We
lot.
just
too.
talk loud.
I'll tell you right now, there's a forbidden conversation amongst me and Clayton, and it's Deshaun Watson. And we will not go there. I brought his name up, but yes,
I'm
me and Clayton have totally different
guessing-
aspects, and
I'm
it's like
guessing
we've gotten
that you
pissed off at each
didn't
other over it.
like him.
I don't.
He don't like him.
Really?
Yes.
And you're going to wear that hat?
An Oilers hat, yes. I know I'm not a Texans fan. not a fan. I try to keep it as biased as possible. Somebody has to.
Deshaun Watson is probably the most athletic quarterback in the league right now.
Yeah, Michael Vick used to be that guy, and what did he ever do?
He's
He
better at
killed
Michael Vick in
dogs.
the pocket.
There you go.
Okay, Deshaun Watson's not killing dogs, and Michael Vick.
I'm
if
talking
he
about
actually
football-wise.
played- Oh no, Michael Vick actually did great.
Did he though?
He did until he
Shout
went to
out,
prison.
Dynasty Wise guys want to shout out to David.
Hold on, we just lost
We
you.
lost you,
Yeah.
Joe. But no, Michael Vick.
2 Mules Tavern.
Damn.
That was the promo that was coming.
Yes, we are promoting
think I
2
lost
Mules
me, too.
Tavern. What is the actual address here?
100 Cypresswood.
100
Spring, Texas,
Cypresswood.
77077.
Spring, Texas 77077. It's right at 45
What's up, Damon?
and Cypresswood off of Hallsworth.
If you see a Jack in the Box, look for the drunk guy in the parking lot. That's probably us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's probably also this podcast.
Yes. Early on, not so much. As we get along, I'm sure,
what a
yes.
move.
Oh,
There,
I
there'll
haven't
be some
started ordering
slurring.
shots yet. It's coming.
Oh. I'm a Jaeger guy, so just so you know.
You don't have an option when I'm buying.
Man, I tell you what, I like how you just get on here and throw it with us. It's great.
Is Mike?
I was afraid once, and I saw it was.
Oh, there you are. You're back. All right.
All right, real quick, Dynasty Wise guys want to give a shout out to Damon. We're seeing that you're following real quick, but you
Damon,
can follow
one of
us
our
at-
biggest followers.
Yeah, big time.
Shout out to you, man. We all love you here.
You can follow us on Twitter at DynastyWise_FF. I'm DynastyWise_Joe. Currently, I'm rocking the Tinker Stinker shirt. We got also the Championship Throne shirt, where championships are made. We also have Dynasty Wise shirts. They're going to be shortly available on the Dynasty Wise store at DynastyWise.com.
I'm rocking the Dynasty
I'm
Wise
sorry,
shirt
guys.
right
I
now.
need to know what y'all drink. He does a Jaeger, so he's getting a Shirley Temple. And what are you having?
Can I get the
No.
amber?
No.
White Russian for
Shot.
him.
It's a shot.
Oh, a shot. Ooh.
Yes, deal with it.
Let me get a Four Horsemen.
All right.
Jesus.
This is going to get fun.
Yeah.
If I
Clayton,
actually do it.
Clayton
If
would
you
like
don't
a
know-
cement mixer.
Hi, my name is DynastyWise Joe, and I like to party.
Okay, I'm just asking seriously. Do you want a 4 horseman?
Oh, yeah,
Or
I'll
do you
get
want to
it.
like
Oh, I'll
just
rock
stand
it.
there and
You
just
get
sound
a-
tough on the air?
A
No,
5-star general.
You want a 4 horseman?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm getting you an Uber now.
We'll get him home.
Yeah, he actually rode with us. So
We
he's
have
got-
we
he's got
have
a ride.
we have trucks. He can just jump in the back. It's no big deal.
No. We're going to actually bury him in the backyard.
Yes, yes. As long as we can put the Dynasty Wise logo on the grave, it's all good.
Good luck. You know what?
Oh, I got this. I got it.
I've been doing this
Honestly,
a long time. I'm just going to enjoy this show.
Navy veteran. Navy veteran.
So
Drinking's
therefore
nothing.
You want the
Yeah.
Shirley Temple if you're Navy.
To
do you
all
want?
those
And what do you
who-
want, big guy?
Jaeger bomb.
God help us all.
Hey, we're men here at Dynasty Wise.
All right, I will be.
drink
Honestly,
12
in this
seconds.
game, what I'm looking
Go,
for
go.
is I'm trying to see what the Honey Badger got at the beginning. I want to look what Justin Reed has.
I got it.
I'm trying to look. I'm trying to look to see if they play Ejiofor at all because Ejiofor.
He's in right now. I just saw his name.
Okay,
pop up.
good because I'm high on him right now. I see him starting at least by game 6, end of the year, final
At what position?
linebacker.
For who?
That's the
replace of
problem.
who?
That's what we're gonna have an issue. That's why I say about game 6 to the end of the year.
So
I
who
think
gets hurt
injury
then,
is gonna be
basically?
yes. I think injury is gonna play a factor. But I
Well,
think
you know
I
what,
think
though?
biggest thing maybe Cole because you've seen that Kjo. The situation with Kjo is that dude, that little 175, 185 frame. He likes to throw it like he's 240 pounds, and you just can't do that with these guys.
No, not
But-
with some of these monsters, man.
But Cole is a little undersized, but he likes to do the same thing. He likes to fill gaps, which I like to see as my linebacker, but it might be Cole or Cunningham that gets replaced by Ejiofor.
Cunningham ain't going anywhere. Cunningham is a stud, and
I
he
like-
will be
I like
solid
Cunningham.
for this team for the next 5 years, just like McKinney was, like Clowney. Hey, that guy's another solid defensive pick for this
I was
team.
actually impressed by his coverage last season.
did
Oh,
I
yeah.
did I miss the conversation on Ejiofor?
No,
we were just
starting.
asking, like,
We
we'd
just
like to
started.
see what he's done
Okay.
this game.
Okay, yeah, I was
I
curious.
have
on it 'cause
high hopes on it.
I do too. I mean, he's kind of I think they picked him up in the 3rd round. I mean, but I think right now he's looking like a steal. I mean, he's
Athleticism.
Yeah, he's definitely got the motor to keep going.
I want to say he had an injury or something. That's
I-
why he dropped. Initially, he was supposed to be a late first, early second.
He went to
but-
Vanderbilt's
but
why he
got
dropped. I mean, he was
hurt.
just one of those guys on a
I thought he went to
team
Wake
who
Forest.
didn't put up all the. No, he went to
No.
Vanderbilt. Cunningham, I love that guy coming out in the draft. I was pumping him as a higher pick than what he went, and when the Texans took him, that was the best pick in that draft for them.
Yeah.
The dude just makes plays.
He can cover.
I was scared about his coverage, but then when I seen him play, I knew he had it.
The best part about Zach Cunningham is he's the reason Brian Cushing is no longer a Texan.
That's dynasty wise.
Yeah. .com.
All right, Clay. So you're going with
quick,
Cam
quick
Newton.
shout out real quick to Houston Preeminence.
Yeah.
Yes.
We will be releasing more info shortly, but
Our boy Jason Braddock.
Yeah.
yeah,
Shout out to Jason.
Good, exciting things
Very,
going on over
very
there.
much looking forward
exciting
to
things
this.
happening with
Yeah.
Dynasty
We are
Wise and
ready to
Houston
rock and
Preeminence.
roll.
It's Houston sports done by Houstonians. We're super excited to be a part of that. Good things going, man. If you guys get a chance, they're launching October 1st. We're really excited about it. They're going to be covering all Houston sports. A lot of good stuff going on, man.
And that's everything. Every sport you can think of, Houston wide. That's
Yep.
MMA, everything. Men,
We might
women.
You'll see us on the Houston MMA scene
Yes.
side.
yeah.
You'll see Dynasty Wise there.
Hey, we're excited. I know we're real excited to get to know some of these other folks that are going to be out there, and it's going to be a great deal. And I'm hoping the Houstonians and the Houstonian sports fans get excited too, because it's going to be awesome.
And we are not just limited to football.
No.
I myself am a huge MLB guy. You know, Joe I know is a big MMA guy. You know, we all have our different avenues that we delve into as well.
I've been following the Houston cricket for as far back as I can remember.
The rugby team
Yeah, we got the
actually,
Houston
watch
Rugby.
out.
The SaberCats, though.
Hey,
Pat,
watch
Pat
out.
knows everything.
Watch out.
Baltimore Ravens.
I'm actually
Houston right now probably has the best aura just coming from the city, just
Yep. I'm
sports-wise.
excited. I'm super excited. Honestly,
fun time right now.
I'm determined to go catch me a rugby game. It's going to be a good time, man. I know those are going to be
Oh,
fun.
I would love to watch that.
Yeah,
Real quick, everybody out there who's listening to us, if you have any questions you want us to answer, just shout out a message on the live feed, and we will answer your questions on air.
Yes, we will. I will help you draft the perfect team. Just ask Damon, right, Damon?
And then I will help you draft the perfect team to beat his team.
Let
Just ask anybody that's ever played against Clay here.
I'm saying right now, this guy's going to drink a real Four Horsemen, and this is going to be fun on video. So I don't think he knows what he ordered. So
Here's the
cheers,
fantasy
gentlemen.
football, and
Cheers,
here's the
gentlemen.
two
Happy
mules.
to buy you a shot. Love you guys being here. This is actually a lot of fun.
We appreciate it. No, we really do. It's
No, this is a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be.
Hey.
It's a lot of fun.
anytime. Thank you.
And it's about to get really, really interesting when that kicks in. So,
So what exactly is all in a Four Horsemen? It's Jim, Jack,
Jack,
it's
Johnny,
Jim,
and
Jack, Johnny and Jose.
Jose, yes.
and then what's the 5-star general?
Oh God, that's
That's like all them plus one more.
no, that's the worst one. That's Jaeger,
Yeah.
Goldschlager, Rumpelmintz. God,
Yeah, I've had one before.
Jaeger.
I was okay with just the Jaeger. Once you went past that, there was nothing necessary.
It's like the rest of my day is gonna suck. So,
Yeah. I had one time.
I had one time. I don't remember it very well, but I had one.
Yeah, on my 21st birthday, they gave me 3 Long Island iced teas, and I have no memory of the rest of it.
Had some homemade Long Island iced teas like that.
Yeah,
You know-
depending how they make it, Long Island, don't sleep on them.
Oh no! Actually, I'm giving this guy credit. He actually drank it, didn't blanch, didn't make a face, did nothing. Give it 15.
Yes, we will. Somebody set a timer. We will check back in with Joe in 15 minutes and see where he's at.
How did it taste, Joe? Pretty good.
All right. Like the apocalypse.
It took everything for me to hold back from saying something very dirty to Joe right there when you asked him how it tasted.
Well, we can say a lot of things, but some things are better left unsaid.
Yes, we will go with that.
Cute.
Cute.
Oh, it's
So when did Two Mules open? What year?
It was original open was November 2012. I bought in December 2013.
Okay,
And,
so about 5-6 years ago now.
Yeah, remodeled it and flipped it, turned it back into something viable. It was
Where can you come to Two Mules? Where's the exact location?
100 Cypresswood.
100 Cypresswood. Dynasty Wise Guys here over at Two Mules.
It's basically the first thing off the
Love you guys
freeway
for the
when you get
plugs.
here.
We're right off the freeway. We are.
it's a nice atmosphere in here. That's a big thing.
No, it's great. Plenty of room. Very
Yeah.
spacious. It's not crowded. It's not
Not too
smoky.
smoky. Yeah.
I see
No,
a few
definitely.
You guys are
J.J.
super
Watt
kind to us.
jerseys, so
What's
you know
that?
it's a good time.
What was that?
You guys are super kind.
No, and
No,
we're being honest.
We
It's-
are a flat out neighborhood bar. We are again
Oh,
a
the
place
Falcons
to
fans
drink
here.
a beer, hang out. You can cheer for your team. Nobody here is ever going to be if there's somebody's an ass to you, they go home.
Yeah, that they broke the rule. That's breaking the
breaking the
rule.
rule.
We don't break rules here.
If you're an asshole, just don't be one.
No, all these guys are going home with a T-shirt. I promise that. So.
Nice. So, you're from New York, Texans fan.
No,
though.
actually, I was born in the Azores.
And where?
The Azores.
Where's that?
Where is that exactly?
That's a Portuguese island in the middle of the Atlantic. It's a military base, so I was
okay.
born there. But
Were you a military
Okay.
brat growing
Oh,
up?
I'm
Okay.
totally a military
So
brat.
we have to
I
answer-
was a 22-year military brat.
Okay, so you have to answer a question for me because this is a big debate between me and my girlfriend. Where are you from?
The Azores.
Thank you.
I was born in the Azores.
Okay, my girlfriend was a military baby as well, and she was born in Hawaii. But when
She's
you
from
ask her
Hawaii.
where she's from, she says Texas, and I tell her over and over, no, you're not. You are from Hawaii. You may have grown up in Texas, whatever, but you are from Hawaii.
I've been in 49 to 50 states. I still need Alaska.
Alaska.
I need Alaska. That's the only one left. I actually did Hawaii last year. That was my second to last. I've lived in 24. Where you're from and what you do is different. I've lived everywhere.
Right.
So it's like I always say, you vacation for a week in Mexico. You don't know Mexico. Live in Mexico for 3 months. Now you know Mexico.
Right.
I spent 2 years in Prague. I spent a year in Honduras. I spent a year in Costa Rica. I understand the country very differently. A week on a resort doesn't teach you crap.
No, I was actually just in Honduras in June. I have friends that live down there,
Nobody
but
goes
we
to
were down
Honduras
there.
anymore. No. When I lived
We were
there,
in Roatan.
Oh, Rotan's actually still okay.
Yeah,
I was.
it's the island.
I know. I was actually living on the other island, Utila, in a hammock above a dive shop.
Nice.
For $5 a day with a locker, and that was a completely different version of Honduras. I lived in La Ceiba.
Nice.
So it's a very different version of seeing it. Going there on a cruise and spending 2 days there versus
That's what I just did, but I have friends that actually live down there now and used to live down there as well.
It takes about 2 months until you actually start getting it, and then you get it, and that's when you learn a culture.
Well, and two, just like in Mexico, like even when you do these cruise trips, it's the island part of it and the mainland part of it. That's two different atmospheres.
Oh no, La Ceiba and Utila were completely different. I've been in Rotan. Twisted Tanya's.
Twisted Tanya's, I'm not 100%.
Yeah, it was Twisted Tanya's. That was Rotan. That was the big bar in Rotan. It was an expat bar.
Did you ever go to a place called Fonzie's?
Yes.
The owners of that are my friends.
That was Twisted Tanya's, and she moved up to Copa.
And see, and I don't even think they own the Fonzie's anymore. I think it's gone now. But
it might be.
Tara and Erica, if you're out there, hello.
Yeah, no, I haven't been back since the Revolution.
Okay.
So now it used to be the safest place. Now it's not.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, but thank you for answering my whole where you're from question, because no, literally, I mean, it's been like she's gone inside the house pissed off at me because I'm like, you're from Hawaii.
Get back on the fantasy perspective. You said you're on the gambling side of fantasy. Who's your number one?
My number one? Oh, shit.
I'm out.
Actually, I'd go Ezekiel.
Oh, no, I'm back.
Like Zeke, huh?
That's a solid
Well,
pick.
no, because actually he's got rest.
Line's having a little problem right now.
No, he had rest.
Injury.
He's going to be a workhorse. Dak's already proved he can't do it. And
Thank you for that, too.
Jerry Jones is going to put
Just
the ball in
a
his
real
hands
quick
lot.
He's going to do the same thing.
Who's your 101 that you're going with?
He's
your
going to do the
101?
same
Zeke?
thing.
Solid?
No,
I like Zeke.
I'm just saying that actually, when he walked in, he was a workhorse. Then he took 4 games off last year, so he's not overworked this year. He's going to be a workhorse again this year. He's going to carry the ball 25, 26 times a
He's
game.
not going to have a choice because they have no wide receivers for Dak to throw it to,
Exactly.
or tight end,
It's going to him. It has to, because
they're going to do the same thing to
We'll
him they
see,
did
though.
to DeMarco Murray. They're going to run him
no,
into
no,
the
no.
ground.
Oh no, I'm saying I'm not.
He's
a
got some
Cowboys
young
fan.
potential over there.
I'm the opposite.
Michael
of
Gallup looks like
I'm the
a
opposite.
stud.
I'm the opposite of my Cowboys partner fan, and I'm saying that he's going to get the ball a lot because they already proved without him they can't win. They're going to put the ball in his hands a lot, and he's a workhorse. It ain't going to last for long, but he's going to be a workhorse. They're going to drive him in the ground, shrink his career.
They just made the pickup. They just made the pickup with
This year,
Hearns,
he's
and now
gonna
they
get the
have
ball.
that young rook that they just picked up in Gallup. Prescott may have some weapons that
No,
may look him
no,
a
no,
little
no,
better,
no, no.
but
Yes,
it's going to
maybe
take
a
some
little
pressure
better
off
than-
the run game.
Maybe a little better than Terrence Williams and Cole Beasley,
Yes.
but they're still nothing
Hey,
great.
Cole Beasley at a slot position may be a monster. Watch
Maybe.
out.
Where was he
Watch
at
out.
last year?
There.
Nowhere.
Your first pick's a quarterback or a running back.
No. Okay, here's the thing.
It's A or
Quarterback,
B.
a
I'm
lot of the
going running
leagues, it's
back,
quarterbacks.
wide receiver.
You can wait till the fourth
Me.
round to get a quarterback. Because here's the thing you got to think of in fantasy football.
Because they touch the ball every
Well, no,
every down.
the differential
Unless it's a super
between
flex.
the differential between the QB1, the best quarterback in the league, and the amount of points they put up in a year, and the 10th best quarterback in the league, is
It's
not that
minimal.
big difference.
It's minimal, I know.
It's minimal.
So-
Now,
so
when
fine,
receiver
wide
one and
wide
10,
receiver, then fine,
it's
wide
huge.
receiver or running back. This year, he's going to get the ball way more than he should, and he's going to have his career shrunk by 2 years this year.
Which is who?
Zeke.
Oh, Zeke. Oh, yeah. No.
His-
They're
he's
going to do
gonna
the
lose
same
2 years
thing.
of his
They're going to
career.
do the same thing to Zeke that they did to DeMarco Murray.
Yes.
Run him into the ground to where his career's over 2 years after he's off the team.
I'm gonna say
But
Gallup
saying-
takes his shine when it comes red zone time.
Who?
You got to
Michael
get to the red
Gallup.
zone, though.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Michael Gallup, when it comes red zone time, I feel like he's
They're
gonna take the
rookie wide
shine
receiver.
from Zeke. If Zeke doesn't already break off a run from far, you know what I mean?
He's not going to beat the elite.
No.
He'll catch some touchdowns, but he's not going to beat.
I'm
the
talking
elite.
red zone only.
Okay, well-
for the Cowboys, Gallup's gonna. Shine.
I don't see the Cowboys having that many red zone opportunities where it's going to matter. But let's stay on the Cowboys wide receiver thing here.
Okay.
Des Bryant
Nah.
just turned down an offer from the Browns.
He turned it down.
Turned it down.
Yeah.
What's going to happen with Des Bryant?
Nothing.
Yeah, he obviously doesn't want to play.
He thinks he's gonna get an offer from another team, but there's no other
From
teams.
a team that
There's no
wins.
other team.
He's not going to the Patriots, which is where he probably wants to go because he wants the Super Bowl opportunity. He's not going to anybody that matters.
Yeah,
No,
no,
he's
I'm just
kinda
trying to think.
already
What does he
passed,
have left?
He's already passed.
The Ravens offered him a contract. He declined it. The Browns did. He declined it. Who else out there that needs a receiver is going to offer this? Has been,
I
never
say
really was
maybe,
wide receiver.
Maybe Jets.
I was going to say maybe the Jets.
Because honestly, Anua's coming back. Robbie Anderson has those legal troubles
They're still-
But-
that
they're
he
still
looks
saying
like
the
he's going to
Eagles.
beat. But Anua's coming back from a neck injury, and honestly, fantasy perspective, back and neck injuries, I just don't trust them. Yeah, I just don't trust them.
Agreed.
Although I love Anunua, I loved his
No,
speed, and I
there's-
love the way he ran routes, but I just
They're
can't
still,
trust the
They're still
injury.
saying the Eagles are on the table, but I don't believe it.
After they signed the other old receiver they have now, his name's slipping by me. That's the thing about the Jets. I don't see the Jets signing older veteran players. Everything that they've gone and done has been 30 and under guys.
I think Bryant's still a playmaker. But
Is he, though?
He's still a playmaker. Actually, if Des Bryant liked him, he'd actually had a great season last year. Des Bryant hated him.
I think the whole reason
Des Bryant once said, "New team, you're out. I'm in. You're out." And
I think he
didn't go
loved
to him.
Dallas and wanted to stay there, and they didn't want him anymore. The reason, to me, the reason he didn't sign with the Browns is he doesn't want to be the number 3 guy on a team.
I think physically he still has it.
His head, in
No,
his
I
head,
think-
he's a number 1 receiver.
I
In
think-
reality, he's not.
Physically, he still has it, but the teams that are Super Bowl bound aren't going to touch him.
No,
because he's a poison in the locker room.
He-
That's
That's the other thing.
That and he's
Yeah.
easy to play. I don't know if y'all I'm just
Whoa,
jumping in.
hey, hello, Patu just
Yes.
jumped back
Hey,
on here. I didn't even
but-
realize it. I had my head turned.
But he was
and you can't see him because of his hat.
But see, Des Bryant ran uncomplicated routes. I mean, he was streak, hook, and a slant. You know, it's pretty much all he ran. He was easy to cover, and once corners figured him out, I mean, his production went down tremendously.
He's lost a step in the speed department.
Yep.
You can run routes all you want. You're not going to be a number 1 receiver if you don't have at least a little bit of speed.
But,
Yeah, you
but
gotta
he-
have a touch of it.
No, he can still get in the end zone and get above a defensive back and take a ball down.
Yeah, I mean, he had no.
Agreed.
I don't think he's lost anything in his strength. You know,
No.
I mean, he's
NFL wise, he still has value.
Yeah.
Fantasy wise, if
Inside
you
of-
have him on your roster, your team's
Inside,
weak.
inside of a
Yeah.
20, he's actually probably still top 5. He will bring the ball down.
I mean, he's. I mean, there's something. I mean, it's basically uncomplicated about him. I mean, and that's what makes him, to me, you know, easy coverage. You know, I mean, that's something that has gone on. I am a little surprised he hadn't been signed by anyone, but at the same token, honestly, we talked about that for a while that we didn't know if Adrian Peterson was going to get signed, but
Well, he's turned down 2 contracts.
yeah.
I mean, it's like the Kaepernick thing that we were talking about
That-
earlier. Kaepernick's turned down
Multiple.
two or three
At
contracts.
least Denver, I know, offered
he
him
just-
one. Miami offered him one.
And then Ray Lewis got him a contract in
Baltimore.
and
Yeah.
he walked to the door and called him Uncle Tom out of his interview.
Yeah.
See, and
It's
to me,
their
to me,
egos
it's like
get
you
in their
don't
way.
wanna work.
Their
You
egos get in their
don't
way.
wanna work.
You spent your career thinking you're the man, and then all of a sudden somebody's telling you have to come in and compete for a job, and you're like, no, I'm going to go somewhere. They're going to give it to me, and those opportunities don't exist.
right? I mean, that's exactly. I mean, honestly, Baltimore probably would have been a good fit for him.
He would have been perfect
I
in
mean,
Baltimore. He'd have been perfect in Baltimore. And
No, he was perfect in Dallas. That was his team, and that's the attitude and the culture that he should have been.
Are we talking about Bryant or are we talking about
Bryant.
Kaepernick?
Bryant,
switched.
yeah.
So, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, no,
Kaepernick,
No,
whatever.
Kaepernick would have been great in Baltimore.
Yeah.
He'd been
Kaepernick
great
wouldn't be
multiple-
great anywhere. The man, his ego is higher than his ability. Period.
Yeah.
His political opinions override his common sense.
Well, and once again, it's a similar thing to Des Bryant with Kaepernick. Once defenses figure out how to play him, I mean, he wasn't productive anymore. I mean, once you got his number, they had a good year of tape on him. That was basically it. I mean, the damage was done, and there wasn't much to do after that.
Well, and exactly. Kaepernick. And here's the difference between Bryant and Kaepernick. Bryant has actually put up all-pro numbers on multiple years.
Consistent. Yeah,
Kaepernick
he was
had
consistent.
a year and a half, maybe, of solid football. Not even elite football, solid football. So what?
Thank you, Devin. Appreciate it.
You know how many quarterbacks I can go down the list over the
I honestly
existence of the
I
NFL?
honestly
That
cannot disagree with you on this one at all. He had maybe 2 good years. He got a monster contract, opted out of it, and then denied every contract offered to him.
Oh, Kaepernick?
Yes, it's like.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Shut up and throw a ball.
Exactly. He had maybe 2 good,
He's
not
not
even a
even good.
year and a half, decent seasons, where he took over halfway through the season. I can't remember the quarterback at the time for the 49ers that he took over for, but he took over, made a playoff push because he was one of those we didn't have tape on him quarterbacks, didn't know how to stop him quite yet. But even didn't make it to the Super Bowl. That was the Ravens Super Bowl year, if I'm not mistaken.
that's the Harbaugh.
And, the Harbaugh year.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm going to say this now. If you have never shown up to one of these guys' things, this is a lot of fun.
Hey, man, that's why we do it. But
We
this
love
is
this.
a lot of fun. I actually was avoiding the camera, and I was like sitting down at the bar and just working and paying attention and shaking hands. This is actually a lot of fun.
Well, and once you realize that the cameras are there, and once you kind of get out of the mindset that they're, you forget about them, and it's it.
This really is. This is conversations you would have at the bar with other people
I do
on
this
a normal
every
place.
day of
Yes,
my life.
exactly.
Just this time, it's actually going out into the world
Yep.
rather than me standing there saying, "You're wrong."
Well, and
Because this guy's wrong. I'm just letting
Right.
everybody know he's
A
wrong.
lot of times, maybe.
well, and
It's funny that, and we actually have an Amish guy on air right now when he's not even allowed to watch TV.
Oh
so
shit, we have an Amish guy.
yes, this one right here. You can't tell his beard.
See, now this is where
He's on-
Trump's America.
This
should
is
kick
an
in.
Amish paradise.
he's still on his Rumspringer.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going back.
You
Yeah.
don't know if he's going back.
Well, you have that choice.
What horse would you recommend for my Audi? Just curious.
Oh, man. We got a nice quarter horse over here.
No, you missed it on our original podcast before we got kind of into it.
Sure.
We used to have pictures put up in
Yeah,
place of our
those were
voices
good.
before we had live video feed.
Oh,
And
God,
the
help
picture
me.
for Clay was this Amish guy in a prison uniform.
It was
He
great.
had the beard and everything, but it was like full Amish and then the orange suit.
Yeah,
that's
it was
Perfect picture.
We
for
actually
Clay.
need to bring that
So
back.
how
I
is your
think.
dad?
What was that?
So how is your dad?
How is my dad? Jebediah?
Jebediah. Abraham.
Has he adjusted to prison food yet? I'm just curious.
Nice.
about that.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a little better than what he's used to, so.
He makes it himself. So
He's like, I didn't have to raise the prison, so I'm
Right.
good.
He's a cannibal.
Clay is actually one of the younger gentlemen in Dynasty Wise, I would guess. How old are you, Clay?
29.
29.
Not that
you're
young.
all kids.
Well,
Yeah.
younger. I say
Yeah.
younger. Jeff's the oldest. Clay's got it. I think Clay's the youngest.
No, Joe's a little bit younger.
How's Joe?
And
How the
20
hell am I the oldest person in this conversation?
How
This
old
is
are you?
terrifying. I'm
Because you look like you're about
30.
23.
I'm 46.
No, you're not.
freaking way.
no shit. You,
Wow.
honest, I wouldn't have.
I would have never guessed that.
I ran my first bar in 1991.
Oh,
I
wow.
was a 10-year-old in 91.
I was 2.
I was,
These guys were not
I
even
was
close to
making out
that
with
age.
your
but-
mom in 91.
Hey.
So,
I was hanging out with their mom last
you know,
night,
I
so
made
whatever.
Amish
so.
jokes. You can suck it up.
Oh, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. No worries.
My mom is probably listening.
Hey,
My
his
mom is-
mom
Wait.
is his sister.
Well, that is Amish.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, that's
Closer
actually
kin, deeper in.
that's West Virginian.
Yeah, that's
That
true.
is
Hey,
definitely
my dad's-
According
my
to the
dad's family.
cliches, if we're
Yeah.
speaking in
Let's
cliches,
be fair.
yes.
Let's be
If
fair.
I was going to go with the stereotype,
Nice.
That's the one to go with.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in Amish country and got stuck behind a dune and buggy?
I actually have. There's a big
It
Amish
sucks.
community in Ohio where my family's from, and I've been out there.
I have
Yes.
a lot of family in Ohio, but I got stuck behind one in Pennsylvania. And I got stuck
Same
on
thing.
a two-lane
Pennsylvania,
road.
Ohio, yeah.
Two-lane road. You were not allowed to pass behind a damn dune and buggy. And I was like, you got to be kidding me, coming out of King of Prussia.
I've got to give a shout out to one of our sponsors. Actually, Infinity NDT Inspection Without Limits, man. They're one of our sponsors that have really taken care of us, and they're man. I tell you what, these guys are doing some great things in oil and gas. The quality is second to none. They're doing like I said, drill tools, MWD tools, rig inspections, top drives. They touch just about all of it, man. If you have any inspection or NDT needs, give these guys a shout. You can call Chris over there, or you can call Cameron, man. They'll take good care of you guys.
Real good care.
So what are you guys thinking? I mean, you got the Texans down by 7 right now. I mean, it's
get used to that all year.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
That's not true.
No,
it's
I'm
backups
kidding.
on
I'm
backup.
kidding. Yeah.
Well, the question is,
we're in the Brandon Whedon phase of the game. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, we've been there for a while.
I mean, I would have. Yeah, there's a good question that popped up. You know, did we want to see the Texan first team a little bit more?
Yes. Deshaun Watson threw 6 passes.
I mean, it's him. I understand that, but I really want to see, I wanted to see Lamar Miller more. I don't think he's playing anymore, but I want to because he was cutting
all
them
their
up.
starters are out, and
Right.
I was looking over the game stats. Lamar Miller had 3 carries for 8 yards.
Yeah.
And not surprisingly, Alfred Blue 5 for 45.
He had one big run.
36-yarder. But
Whedon just got sick.
One big run or not, I mean, he was still their most productive running back.
And what we're looking at right now is the offensive line. The offensive line is what's suspect. It's not necessarily the Texans' offensive line. They can probably roll out with what they got, but the problem is the backups to the offensive line. Those are the ones. They need depth, man. That's what I'm worried about. Is because I really want to see what's cooking and all that, and how they're gonna adjust in some of these packages. But I know y'all were talking about Worst Freeman earlier, huh?
Yeah, we covered a little bit on it.
What were y'all talking about as far as where he was going to go? Where were y'all looking at as far as the drafts and all that? Because that guy's been an animal.
Well, they were asking me a little bit about my team and who I was going to. Chad was trying to start some bets, and I was telling him, well, running back. He's like, who you start? And I go, well, I got Kamara, Hunt, and Joe was like about flex. I was like, well, I might. Whoa, I just went dead.
Well, I'm more curious about Ronald Jones, and what he's going to do.
Yeah, he looked all right, but they say he can't pass block.
He could. Yeah, well, that and he can't catch, and then he finally caught a good catch in last night's game, which was interesting to see. But I mean, yeah.
Yeah, mine went out. I'm 2, I think, or something.
But we're
having some technical difficulties,
that's
but
all right. That happens, and
we're riding strong. We're out here at 2 Mules, having a good time talking football.
Over here with Colin, man, they've been taking good care of us over here.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go try to fix headphones.
Yeah. We need. Yeah, we see if they hit the power button on the back. Because we have no headphones right now, and it's not going good. Yeah, that was. All right. Okay. I'm back. I'm good. All right. Thanks for holding with us, ladies and gentlemen. Colin's still having difficulties. I'm back. I don't know who's. Oh, yep. I'm still here. I'm by myself. Oh, a little live karaoke. The starters are out.
A lot of people saying they want to see more J.J. Watt and Clowney, but they really weren't in that much.
Yeah, it's still early. I mean, let's save them. Let's save them for the season. Let's be healthy. Start out strong week 1, get the dub, and roll on. Beat New England week 1, make a statement.
I was back.
You're back. You're not.
I was.
Oh.
My fellow hockey player's back.
All right. Here we go.
Alfred Blue gives it, and there's the spike by Mance.
That was earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That was earlier. All right.
Unfortunately, my angle, I only catch the replay.
Are we all back?
Yes.
I'm a little delayed on the game.
Okay, I am unfortunately next to the guy that I've been arguing with the whole time, so this might get violent. Give it time.
Who you arguing with, Chad?
No, Joe. How's that 4 horsemen?
It's about to kick in.
When he throws the chair through the window, we'll know it's here.
Oh no, the 4 horsemen's already taking me to the promised land. I'm ready.
Okay.
What's up? You want a bold prediction? I'll throw a bold prediction.
Throw your bold predictions out there.
I've got quite a few.
Let's
Let
go.
me pull from the bag. Where should I go?
Let's start it up.
Edge of four.
You know where your hands are going. I
Edge
really
of
don't want
four?
to see the bag.
That was an imaginary bag. That I'm pulling. It's more of like a briefcase, and I'm looking through
That
the
looks like a nut
files because
bag.
I've got a lot of hot takes.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately next to you now, so I saw it. So nope.
Did
Edge
you,
of four, I see
did
at
you
least.
comment on him?
Okay, at the very least, into the season, I see him starting at linebacker position. Who he's taking over, I don't know. It might be due to an injury or whatever.
Kiki.
But I see the max that I see him coming in starting. I see week 6.
Okay. And Kiki Kute,
No,
your
Sammy.
comment, he's been injured. He hasn't really played.
Yeah, but that was Coates. It was Coates.
I
making
forgot
it.
about Sammy Coates, and honestly,
Kiki's
I like
not
Sammy.
playing.
Kiki.
I like Sammy, though.
Coates.
I
like
forgot
Sammy.
about Sammy
He's
Coates.
fast. He's 6'2", 210. He runs like 4'3", because I was right behind him. I ran 4'4".
Stone hand.
I think Bruce Ellington's going to outproduce Will Fuller during the DW4 little
without
run
a
this
doubt.
season.
Without a
Ooh,
doubt.
That's dangerous. But look at him.
Do a call out to my family.
Sure.
Beth and John. Raiders suck.
Oh, they do
F
suck.
the Raider
And they're
Nation.
going to Vegas on top of that. They're not even going to stay in Oakland.
Yeah, well, who stays in Oakland?
Yeah, no one wants to stay in that stupid city. Oakland. What a dumb name. If you're from Oakland, just shotgun with a tow attachment, Joe. Except for his family. Y'all, Raiders suck, but y'all are okay.
Well, that's us.
Don't do that.
Love you,
We'll
Beth.
survive.
Love your kids. Raiders suck.
Yeah, Raiders suck. Hey, but I love the dedication from their fans.
Yeah.
That's probably the number one fans. The scariest place to go to if you're an away team.
Dude, I would not. I know. I saw them stab like a Chargers fan. I'm like, golly.
You've obviously never been to Philadelphia.
Yeah,
I don't
Philadelphia and
know.
Oakland are
it's
the
not
worst.
the same. I don't know.
No,
Oakland
Phil-
Raiders. I'm talking dedication. I'm not talking just being an asshole and beating
uh,
your ass. I'm talking about dedication, paint,
Oh, no.
everything,
No, I'm
getting all
talking
the
you gotta
war
get out of the
gear.
stadium. You got to get out of the
You see,
stadium.
but the difference,
Philly sucks.
but the difference between Oakland and Philly, they're not drunk in Oakland doing it. They're drunk in Philly doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
and they
about
don't
all
even
that.
need to be. It's their defense.
You talking
Yeah,
about
right.
Oakland
When
in
they
the
get to
stadium or
court.
Oakland out of the stadium?
Huh?
No, I'm talking about the fans' dedication,
The worst
everything. That's probably the
fans.
number
Yeah.
one is the
Yeah,
Oakland
no,
Raiders with
the
the
Oakland Raiders
paint
fan
match with
dedication
the-
is
Well,
amazing.
The
they
dressing
got a
up
really
and
big
everything.
Fan base. I'll give you
Yes.
that. They got a really big fan
Nothing.
base.
I'm talking about scary to get the hell out of that stadium wearing a different team's jersey.
Oh, absolutely.
Because Philly people are violent, angry. Even after a Super Bowl, they're still just that.
I
And
know.
It's just horrible. They won a Super Bowl, and they're still going to be.
Oh,
Ooh, who's that to? Who's that
is
touchdown
that Coates?
to? No,
It
it's
is.
Bruce Ellington.
It's 13. I don't know who that is. I don't. Oh no, I think it's.
Oh, no, it's
Is
12.
it Ellington?
12.
12.
I think that's Ellington.
No, Ellington's 13.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, it wasn't 12.
That's a pretty
Oh,
catch,
13's
though.
Ellington.
That is a pretty
That's Ellington.
catch.
Bruce
Is it Ellington?
Amazing
Touchdown
catch.
with Bruce
I don't-
Ellington. He,
Folks,
like I
for
said,
the record, we
I'm sticking
can't
to
hear
it.
the
He's
TV.
gonna beat out and outproduce Will
Miller.
Fuller
Holy
during
shit,
the
that was
DW4
Miller.
Oh, it
little
was
era.
Braxton Miller finally showing. He's got to show up.
That was actually a pretty catch.
He
too.
jumped
actually-
up, pointed the
Unfortunately, I
ball.
don't think he's gonna make that third slot. He's fighting for that third position right now. I don't think he's gonna make
It's
it.
gonna be
Bruce
Ellington.
Ellington's gonna
Ellington
beat
will
him
be-
God, come
without
on,
doubt.
Come on.
What?
He's got that.
Yeah,
Miller.
No, Miller
You think
has
Braxton Miller's
Miller
going to
has
beat
history.
Bruce Ellington in the third spot?
He has history. He has the inside edge to it.
I'd rather. Never mind.
You know
I was really high on Braxton
he's-
Miller.
I'll put
I've
it
always
this way.
been
I'll
high
put
on
it
No,
this
Braxton.
way.
Miller's
doesn't
a
do it, next
receiving
second,
running
he'll be out
back.
by
He's
you
not a
there.
running back.
Quarterback 1st.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even utilize him. He could have been
He
the
could be
Terrell
the emergency
Terrell
quarterback, yeah.
Honestly, what I'm mad about is we utilized Cecil Shorts in the Wildcat position. Why did we never utilize Braxton Miller when he was a QB first?
I don't know because our team lacks.
We were
imagination.
successful in the Wildcat position whenever we ran it. We were always successful, and it was usually a third down, and we converted.
There's our
But
best player right
why
there,
did
Shane
we not
Leffler.
I don't want to outspeak, but I think it might be the coach that.
Yeah.
Because,
Just-
again, O'Brien.
Why change what
O'Brien
works?
Tries to be Belichick. He tries to be Belichick. He will not find his own style. It drives me insane because you see him. I said it earlier when he plays the Patriots. He gets conservative. he quits playing
We've
his
already talked
game.
about this. I think
and
this
goes
is like
away.
4 hours of this podcast.
Well, no, I said it earlier.
true, though.
O'Brien, when he hits situations, he tries to become Belichick and quits being O'Brien. And
Yeah.
when he plays Belichick, he becomes second string Belichick.
He
and
really
loses.
does.
No, he
he does.
absolutely does.
I mean, we get blown out by them every damn time for no reason. He tries to emulate him, and he's not him. He's not found his
Well, the
own
other
self.
thing is like he already knows what we're doing. So I mean, if we're trying to analyze him,
He's,
he already knows
no,
what we're doing.
No, he's never found his own voice. He's never found it. Once he finds it, he's going to be a great coach. He's not yet, but he's close. And that's my opinion. Y'all can yell at me now. I'm ready to take it. I got my fist in the air. Who's got it? But Belichick he does. When it's tight, he freezes up and he tries to think, what would Belichick do? He doesn't.
All right, well,
he doesn't.
instead of that, how about you throw your darts up and let's go play?
Oh, we got a
just
challenge here
challenge
at
our-
2 Mules. You
I'm
can
sorry,
find us
we
at
were
2
actually
Mules.
going to play.
He used to
Chad
be
and
my
his-
partner.
Yeah.
We're just
yeah.
waiting on the other two.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Are we podcasting or are you like just?
No,
trying to get
on the
something you're
podcast, you
comfortable
hear
on?
to hear.
Are you trying
And
to get
there's
comfortable
Devin.
in your
Challenge
role?
I'm just saying.
accepted. Challenge accepted.
I'm just
Challenge.
saying.
I play him every day. I'm
Back
cool.
here.
I'm just saying. Ed
Yeah.
T
I-
is going to play, and
I
Mr. Collins
actually
will be my
said nice
partner.
shit- I said nice shit about
Dynasty
you.
Wise also going to darts.
I'm just saying.
Ed, do you need a hug? Because I'm here for you. Do you need a hug? I'm here for you.
Do you give me a hug right now? I'll take it. I ain't scared. But you know, you be my partner.
Okay, so
You
it's
can
gonna be
this.
it's gonna be a hug with a little tap on the butt and call you my special.
Oh.
Good game. Good game.
See,
Game
he's
just
gotta go
started,
general.
but good
He gotta go
game.
generals on that. Tap on the butt's okay. We still got 25 minutes.
Oh. Well, we got a question from our main man Damon about
Yeah,
Alex
Damon.
Smith.
How do us at Dynasty Wise feel about Alex Smith on the season?
I like him.
Honestly, when it comes to pressure situations and it comes to third, fourth downs, Alex Smith, he's a converter.
I
I'm a
think
dub him.
I actually agree with that.
You might think he's going to throw it. He's always had the weapons, but he's got the legs.
He's got the legs.
He's got the legs.
Exactly what I was going to say. He's got the legs where, you know, what the pocket collapses, he escapes, and he'll get it.
Where do you rate him? Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier
maybe
3?
a tier 2.
Tier 2.
I think he's a solid guy, especially for your fantasy stuff. Dynasty wise, not plugging our company, just saying for Dynasty wise sakes.
You say
It's
no.
what?
You're talking too much. You said no. You're talking too much. You said no.
But for Dynasty,
you said
I would say, let me cut this mic off. For Dynasty, I would say no, but he's serviceable. So, but
okay.
Damon,
I
I
can
think,
turn it back on.
I think you can. I think you can trust.
I think
You
he's going to run 45. He's going to throw 2
I've got him in
touchdowns.
a high Tier 2 as well.
Well, Washington loves him. They say evidently their locker room's never been better.
He's going to run 45. He's going to throw 2 touchdowns. He's going to make a big play when you need a play and extend the series. He's not going to win a lot of games, but you're not going wins, losses. You're going stats. He'll put up stats.
The only thing I'm worried about is this left to right on the run on the throw.
No, his biggest problem is that he starts running, and then he decides to throw. When he
Right. Well, that's what I'm
starts
saying.
running,
If you
and
got
then
to
chooses
run
to
left to
throw,
right,
that's
then
when
go
he's
to
in
try to
trouble.
throw.
That's when he's in trouble.
Yeah.
So if he decides
I
to
mean,
run,
he can have it.
He
He's
can
got
run.
it, though. He's
When
got
he
it.
decides
Yes.
to throw, he can
Honestly,
throw. When he's between,
everybody
he fucks
underestimates
it
his
up.
legs,
Yeah.
and then he proves it every time.
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Well, it's already been proved.
Yeah.
But what I'm worried about is his arm on the run.
Yeah.
See, he was
Is he
giving me
gonna be able
stink
to do it?
eye.
Huh?
You were giving me stink eye, and then you suddenly agreed. And it's like, no, actually, that's exactly.
I was like,
Smith.
huh? Okay.
Yeah, no. When he decides to run, the man can run.
Yeah,
when
that's
he
the
decides to
Texas right
throw,
there.
the man can throw. When he's in between, is when he screws it up.
Yeah.
Every time. And
Well, Patu says he's serviceable, and I think he is. So.
Very much so.
It really depends on how much protection he gets. If they ask him to be a pocket thrower, he's not going to do well.
Don't look at that.
If they ask him to be a pocket thrower, he's not going to do well.
I think it's
If
going
they
to be
ask him
situational
actually-
week to week
Yeah.
with Alex
true.
Smith. What defense he's running against.
No.
He's got the skill set. His
I
arm
dare
is
you to
is,
do
is
it.
defense.
Right there. I
It-
dare
But
you.
his legs prove that he'll get that extra
This is from Alex Smith.
2 extra
He'll
runs.
get that 2 to 5 yards when he needs it.
There you go.
Well, no. When he runs, he'll get like 8 to 12 yards every time.
No, he'll
Every
get that
time.
2 to
Yeah.
5.
Right.
Well,
He's
no,
completely
he'll get
right.
that 2 to 5 to prove it, but he's capable of doing more.
Honestly, Alex Smith is one of the top dudes QB wise with the pump fake.
Yes.
His pump fake is solid to open up his run game, which
He
brings a
pump
lot of linebackers into position, out of position.
His pump fake will make everybody freeze. And I'm agreeing with everything he's saying.
He's
I
got it.
never,
No, I'm not going to disagree with that, but I'm
agree
just
with
saying
everything
not to
anybody
8 to
says.
10.
No, yeah.
I'm agreeing.
No,
with what you're
8 to 10 yards on running. Unfortunately, that's what he gets, especially against Texans.
How?
Now this guy.
I hate it. I hate it.
No, he does
Kelsey,
a pump
Kelsey,
fake.
and Alex Smith. I hate when they first the Texans.
How bad would
No.
this city riot if we traded J.J. Watt?
Wait, what?
If the Texans traded J.J. Watt, how bad would this city riot?
Do you
It would
remember
depend on the return.
Hang on. Do you remember when the
Honestly, I don't think we would riot.
I want everybody to go back about 20 million years when the meteorite hit the Yucatan and wiped out the dinosaurs. That fire was kind of small.
Right.
Compared to what Houston would riot when JJ
J.J.
gets
Watt
traded.
has the worst season of his life,
I'm gonna
for
tell
the
you
next
right
20
now.
seasons, and they trade him, Houston would.
This
riot
is the
worse.
last season
Yes, it
JJ
would.
Watt has to prove if he's got it or not.
Definitely.
I'm with you on that. I'm 100% with you on that.
I agree and disagree at the same time, but at the same time, he's kind of a heart and soul. He's actually
Yes.
a locker room presence.
But
He's
production-wise, he just.
you can diminish his role.
We'll put it this way: he won't.
I
get
love
traded.
JJ. I love JJ.
no,
Don't
you
get it
don't-
wrong.
I'll put it
I
this
love
way.
JJ.
You don't remove
He
him
won't
from
take
the
a trade.
mix.
He won't do it. What he will do is he'll go in the office.
He'll
If
do
he's
that-
done,
he
he'll
might
go
do
into
that
the
also.
office and he'll teach people. Because that's what we've been
not.
doing. Like he's in the office.
I think his heart
His
will
heart's
want to
Houston.
prove that, not necessarily Houston, that he still got it, that he can still
and I hope
play.
he does. I hope he does. I really do. But physically,
Honestly, in the whole NFL, James Harrison's probably the closest other person that's got that heart and soul work ethic that JJ has,
the
putting it
J.J.
in,
Watt fight, and I'll be
in
out.
and out, in the gym,
oh,
everything.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. But I'm just saying, though. That
Sorry, I was.
But now that we got you on,
I don't
what
know how long I've been on?
fantasy
I had it in, like,
perspective,
20 minutes.
101. You've got the 101. Doesn't matter what dynasty, fantasy, whatever. Who is your number one pick that you're going in?
Ooh.
that's a good one.
We have here, he chose Zeke, which was pretty solid. Solid run game. They got everything. He's the heart and soul right now of that offense. Most consistent thing. Zeke he has the line, although they're facing a few injury issues. I mean, he's got a bunch of numbers.
No, I get you. I just came in and talked shit to this guy. But no, like I'm a big football fan, but
How'd
I'm a
that
huge
work
baseball
out?
fan. Huge
Oh, okay.
baseball
How'd that
fan.
work
So
out?
I played college ball. You know, got my time in when I was able to and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know what? I'm here to watch everybody talk what they want to talk. Sit back and I'm like, okay, this is what's gonna happen, and I'll just let it happen.
All right, well, then we'll give y'all a dynasty-wise take. All right, y'all ready? We got dynasty-wise Jeff here.
Jeff.
Whew.
Well, actually,
101.
Let's bring Spencer in and see where he's got to talk.
Wait.
Spencer? Okay, we'll bring Spencer in. Because he actually had 101 in
No,
our
I
last
know,
week.
That's what I'm saying. That's all
I mean,
I'm
our
saying.
I was waiting to hear his actual pick. Go.
Oh, you're talking about last year. Well,
No.
if
you're
you
not
have
the number
101 last year in the season that just came up,
101 this year.
if you do not choose Barkley, then if you didn't trade away your pick, then something's wrong. Something is wrong.
Barkley over Zeke,
No, I'm talking about
number one pick. That was.
he had the
question.
number one pick of this year in the rookie draft
Yeah.
of our
Well,
redraft.
that-
But
that-
number one pick
Yeah,
overall,
Detroit or
I
Dallas?
think
Is that what we're
if it's
talking
not
about?
Zeke,
Detroit or Dallas.
Detroit and Dallas?
Yeah.
Really?
If it's not Zeke.
So who gets more wins?
Oh, see how you have to think about this.
yes, because I'm thinking.
We're on the spot.
Mainly
like you
it's
got
running back.
time. Wait, you're on the spot. We don't get time. Now you're taking your time. It's like,
Oh, no,
wait,
I'm taking
let me think about
I
this
originally
one.
asked
I
Jeff,
was
and now you're putting me on the
I
spot.
didn't even hear the
Well, the
question.
new
Number
spot
one,
is
101.
Detroit or Dallas.
101.
Fantasy,
You
everything. Who
start
you
all
going with?
over. You start all over your first pick.
First pick, probably Ezekiel Elliott because he's going to carry the ball so many times. I don't like him. I don't like the Cowboys. Segway, who gets more wins this season, Detroit or Dallas? Who wins more football games, Detroit
I'm
or
going
Dallas?
Detroit. Just got hate Dallas.
I'd actually say they're going to have the same record.
Both
Yeah,
going to
they
be
probably
4 and
will.
12?
Yeah,
No, I'm gonna say Detroit. I'm gonna say that run game actually shows up a little bit before
it will.
midseason.
No, it will.
But here's the thing: Matt Stafford's never had a run game established before. I think he's had 2 or 3 games of over 100 yards from a running back while
Right.
he's been his whole career. So if he actually had a running game, Matt Stafford could actually probably do something.
No, he can. I mean, he's proved
I
it.
say
his
no
first
offensive
his
line.
rookie and
Zeke's
all that
still
year,
going 3-5.
he proved it. He had something.
I'm saying
But it's
Zeke,
just sorry they don't got it yet.
without an offensive line, will still average 3.5 because he's going to run over the first tackler. He's going 3.5 average. Period. It's just going to happen.
Okay.
So, I'm not a Cowboys fan like him. I really don't want to cheer for the guy. The guy's a phenomenal athlete. He's a strong man. His legs are the size of my waist.
I'm gonna tell you right now, DynastyWise Patu does not like what you're saying right
Well,
now.
you know what? I don't know who that is, but yay.
Freedom of speech.
No, but honestly, Zeke, if he's not your top 2, top 3 in a restart up, something's wrong. You should probably trade that away. DynastyWise guys here over at 2 Mules.
You know why it's
Sorry,
called
guys.
Two
I'm
Mules,
being
right?
told to hop off the air. It was great to talk to everybody. Hopefully, I did not offend more people than I normally do on a daily day.
No, us
Yeah,
at
but you don't
DynastyWise
actually
want to thank
talk
you,
on
and it
a
was great
broadcast.
having you. We're going to bring you back on a little bit later, but two Mules is a great place to have. He says it's a neighborhood bar, but it could be something more.
Oh, absolutely.
We are, and we're happy to be where we are. But yeah, I'm going to make sure I get a T-shirt to the everybody here, except for maybe one guy. He may be a little bigger than what I have. So we won't talk about who. You're on video, you know. Huh? What's that shirt? Oh, I'm a large, but
I didn't know if I was still allowed in or not.
he was like, dude, you've been on for a long time. I was like, really? I felt like nothing.
He's always got to have a t-shirt. Give him extra small.
Thank you.
No, I got
Us at DynastyWise, we're having a good time. Having technical difficulties currently, but we'll be back shortly to
Big Daddy Clay in the house.
bring back your broadcast. I don't know.
I don't know what to do with my
Quick
hands.
shout out though, DynastyWise guys are excited about something we're going to be announcing with Houston Preeminence. You need to check them out at I think it was what is it? HP.tx.
Yeah. All right, let's welcome Paulie to the broadcast. Can you hear us, Paulie?
Yes, I can.
All right, welcome, brother.
Thank you.
So, who's your favorite team? And
I've carried the cross of being a Dallas Cowboys fan for over 40 years now.
We feel very sorry
There
for
you
you.
go.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Cowboys fan, how bad are they going to be this year?
I'm hoping they're going to be kind of good. No?
it's good to hope. But
Yes, keep hope alive, I guess. No,
they're in a tough division, so I mean it's going to be.
you're in
real
a tough
to
division.
compete.
You've got a very porous defense who lost a lot, a good offensive line who's suffering some injuries right now.
Oh, yeah, right now. We're
A
getting
great
killed.
running back, no wide receivers, no tight end, and a quarterback who
We're not sure
we'll
about.
see,
Yeah.
but I'm not too sold on.
Wow. No, you're right. Yeah.
Does that sum them up basically right there? Yeah.
That's kind of the way I'm seeing it right now. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in actually, but I mean, I think they'll be solid, productive. Feed Zeke as much as you possibly can, and just let it ride on that.
Yeah. Now, I like the kid with Galloway.
Oh, Gallup, yes.
Gallup.
Yeah,
And,
I like him too. I don't like the team he went to, but I like him.
Yeah.
I like him as a number 2 guy. I'm not sold on him being the guy thing.
Well, I believe Hearns is doing pretty well. Right now, no.
No, Hurts. No. Again, yes, he is doing well, and you're also talking about a guy he's never been a number one.
Nope,
He's never been the guy.
Yeah,
You know, so it's kind of.
Michael
We'll
Gallup
see.
has the size, and he's got the playmaking ability that red zone, he's going to be a big threat this season when it comes to wide receivers in general. I'm really high on Kenny Golladay, but I see Michael Gallup outproducing him at the same expectation that I see them to.
Right. Paulie, do you play fantasy football at all? Or?
I had my first draft today.
Who'd you get?
We got the 5th pick, and David Johnson was the one.
Hey,
Solid.
solid at number 5, especially. Yes,
He's currently slept on.
Yeah, he
dropped.
I think in the games that he's played in, his stats are better than a
Oh,
lot of people.
he was the
but-
best running back in the league for a year and a half there, and then he got hurt. And it's kind of been. But if he bounces back to even anywhere near his form, he's a top 5 running back for sure.
The only problem I see is Arizona's got a little situation over there with wide receivers and everything.
Certainly. Yeah, the surprise of the draft for me was we got Odell Beckham in the second round. We couldn't pass
really?
that round.
In the second round?
In the second round.
Wow.
We picked 5th, and then we came back and did 7th in the second round, and he was there. So I was
Wow,
amazed.
that's a steal in the second round.
time.
Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
With the 7th pick in the second round.
Yeah.
A lot of people, the diehards know he's Odell Beckham and he puts up points, and a lot of it has to do with it, how you score in your league. But there's no reason he should have slipped past the top 10, let alone first round. So that's great.
Yeah. Well, how many teams?
12.
12, yeah.
That's solid. Yeah,
Definitely.
Real solid.
that's a steal when you got him.
So let's run down the rest of your roster because
Okay,
this is
so,
kind of what we do. So let's hear
So
what else
third
you got.
we took Jared McKinnon. I like him.
Jerick McKinnon,
Okay.
Down back, San Francisco. I liked him in Minnesota. So,
How do you feel with them signing Alfred Morris?
I did not know that.
Yes, McKinnon had an MRI situation where he had to get called, and during, I don't know if it was during preseason or practice, but they ended up signing Alfred Morris as a security blanket.
I'm not happy about that because I think Alfred Morris is talented.
Yes.
Yeah. But McKinnon, they brought him
Being a
in there,
Cowboys fan,
and
you
he's got
They're spent money on it.
Shanahan is a great offensive mind. So I mean, that's solid.
He's actually done his best under Shanahan, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, no, I liked him because these days you can't find an every down back very
Yeah,
often.
it's tough.
And so that's why we took him there.
Okay, so you've got 2 running backs
So we
and
went, we
wide
went
receiver. Who else you
Johnson,
got?
Beckham, McKinnon, and then we went. Crud.
Another wide receiver.
Yes, we went a wide receiver, but I can't remember who. Might have been Brandon Cooks.
Interesting.
Solid for round
That's
4.
actually
That's
solid. He's good for
Yes.
1,000 yards and 6 to 8 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got 11 for the Patriots last year.
Yeah.
He's taking over Sammy Watkins' spot. He should, I figure, do well.
Yeah, I agree. That's solid. You got a solid little team.
I
like,
would take him over Watkins for sure.
Yeah, I was say
Yes,
the same
big time.
thing.
And then we went.
Hammy Watkins.
We went Goff for
Hey,
number 1 quarterback.
that is not a bad. Goff is my backup. I have Kirk Cousins as well, but
Okay.
Goff had a solid year last year. He's got a lot of talent around him with Gurley and his
just
receivers.
Like the way they added
Oh,
money to that
yeah.
team.
Yeah.
Oh my
No,
God.
honestly, they're my sleeper pick going into the season. I like the Vikings to make it to the Super Bowl over them, but the Rams are my next team in line for that Super Bowl pick.
Okay. Yeah, and we like them because they put so much money in. It seems like they want to win now.
And McVay likes to throw the ball, so having a quarterback in a system that likes to throw the ball, that's a great quarterback to have in fantasy.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at Drew Brees. Look at Tom Brady, Roethlisberger. Guys that have scored over their careers consistently. I mean, it's he had a shaky rookie year, but some rookies, hey, it's learning curve. So Goff is a solid pickup.
It was a completely different team.
Yeah.
He was a rookie, right?
Oh yeah, different head coach, different offensive schemes.
Yeah, I was amazed. Also, Brady went into third, which.
Chris Herring.
Chris
quick,
Herring,
quick
that would
little
be-
shout out,
All
Chris
right.
Herring.
All
He
right.
wants Dynasty Wise Chad to stand up and do a little turnaround.
Here's the whole thing.
All right,
I've
he
been
might not
standing
want it
this
to
whole
turn
time,
around.
and you don't even realize it.
Yeah, he's at the same exact
Yes.
height.
This would be, yes. This Chris Herring. This
Got
is my girlfriend's uncle who thinks he's funny, but he's
For
really
all the
not.
viewers out there, if y'all didn't catch it, He was sitting down. Now he's standing.
All right,
now
hold
he's
on.
sitting down.
Hold on.
Now
I'm
he's
about to sit
standing.
down. I'm
Now
about
he's
to sit
sitting down. Now he's standing.
Hold on. I'm officially sitting down now.
The exact
Now
same.
I'm standing up. There is no difference.
Thank you, Chris Herring.
We needed that laugh.
Yeah. I appreciate it, Chris. And no, Tony Romo is nowhere around here. Let's not bring up Tony Romo or the Cowboys, even though we have a Cowboys fan on.
I understand.
I know I'm notorious for being a Cowboys hater, so.
He has a Cowboys jersey in his closet.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
It's probably Romo too.
Yeah,
No,
he
no,
sleeps
it's
in
not.
it.
No, it's
naked.
not. No.
I love you, Tony.
You realize that's an oxymoron. You said I sleep naked in clothes.
Yes.
Well, no pants on.
All you're wearing is just the Tony
But then
Romo
I wouldn't
jersey.
be naked, so.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whatever, Chad. Stand up.
Whatever.
Oh, he is.
Hey.
He is for y'all
Hey.
out there.
Wait a
No, he's
second.
not.
Hold on. Don't you have to be home before dark since you don't believe in electricity? So it's
No, that means you
His
don't.
carriage is outside.
His carriage is
Everybody.
outside.
That means you don't want
I
to
think
be
his brother-
seen.
Horse has
I'm
water.
about to see.
Horse
I'm about to
has
say,
water,
I think my
everything.
cousin Abraham's walking in there.
you thought the same thing as me there. Nice. Oh, okay. So how else did we do? Who'd you get a tight end?
Tight end, we didn't have a. It's wide receivers and tight ends are the same in our league.
Oh, so you can do either
yeah,
or,
so you can
okay.
do either or. We
Is
ended
it a
up-
team defense?
Team defense. We went Jacksonville in the 8th
Oh,
round.
you got
Okay,
a stud
you're
team
solid.
defense then.
Yeah.
All
Right
right.
now, they're probably number one
Oh,
on everybody's
easily.
radar.
Them and Minnesota are 1-2,
Yeah,
and
1-2,
there's no.
We saw that.
Boom, boom.
We figured
Boom, boom.
we would take Jacksonville in the 8th, and no one took another defense till the 10th.
Who'd
Yeah.
you take as your number 2 quarterback?
Number 2, we took. We went Homer and we took Prescott. We did.
Okay, that's not bad.
Who's home? Not this home.
What
Yeah.
round?
Well, we
no.
got him in the 9th. And we figured after the 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ninth round,
yeah.
Dak Prescott.
All right.
Yeah. So other receivers, do you remember any other team that you might have got?
We got Jordy Nelson because we like him.
Hey, he's got potential out
I
there in
mean, he's
Oakland. as
intriguing.
the, he's
we-
basically Michael Crabtree's replacement, and Crabtree did
He was
great.
alright.
So.
Hey, but here's the thing that a lot of people forget. About 2 years
Boom.
ago, Jordy Nelson was leading the league.
That's right.
What, receptions? League.
I'm telling you, last
Yes,
year.
but he
Touchdowns,
is
I
an
think.
older
Touchdowns?
receiver.
What was it? Maybe
Touchdowns.
both?
No, he's a touchdown machine
No,
for sure.
Last
Butt
year,
sex.
and week
No,
6,
it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
That was with the healthy Aaron Rodgers.
With a healthy Aaron Rodgers. He was
2
the
years
lead.
younger, also though.
Yeah.
Healthy Derek Carr. Who knows?
Right.
Right now, they have a running back situation they need to figure out.
It means they throw the ball more.
Exactly.
No, it's definitely Jordy Nelson's solid, especially when you got Odell and Brandon Cooks to
Yeah.
play in front of him. So
And then we got Mike Williams late.
That's solid. I think
I
he's.
like him.
Yeah.
I like him
potential,
a lot.
yes, a guy
That's
who's
Who's your
what
other
you do
running
late.
backs? Who's your
Injuries
other
are
running
really-
backs?
We took Sonny Michael in the 6th.
Okay,
And then
Sonny
we
Michelle.
got,
Solid.
Deontay Foreman in the last
Okay.
round.
Hey, those are two guys
Interesting.
late season who could emerge and
Yeah.
be guys down the road that
But
you
no,
never
I'm,
know.
I'm thinking he's going to replace Miller eventually.
I thought he was going to this year, but injury proved
Yeah.
otherwise.
Right.
Yeah, so you're you're putting out there. You got Golf, you've
Goff,
got
Prescott.
McKinnon, you've
Goff,
got
McKinnon
Prescott.
and Derek Johnson.
Derek Johnson, McKinnon, Golf as your starters. You got Odell as a
David.
starter, Cooks as a starter.
Cooks is a starter.
You have
and,
three. Is it three wide receiver tight end
yes,
combo?
yes, and
So
we actually play 4 every other week. When you're the homeboy, you get a homeboy receiver.
wow, it's a different style league.
Yeah,
That's
it
that's
is.
interesting.
It definitely is. It used to be just scoring, but now you get like 2 points for 50 yards.
Okay.
Oh, so
I
you
like
got
the
some
different
bonuses in there.
perspective.
Got
You
it.
get the home field advantage of another
That's what makes
receiver or
fantasy
running
football
back.
great.
I like that.
It's a very big combination. You can play in a lot of different levels, and that's why, kind of knowing the inside on how the guys play. If they're PPR leagues, not PPR, dynasty or redraft, or it's
Best ball is a popular one right now.
14 teams to 10 teams to 12 teams to best ball to auction, snake drafts. It's such a dynamic type of game to play. And
Newly produced. I've been seeing trade leagues and all kinds of auction drafts have become more available. Dynasty in general, I've been seeing everybody been switching. Dynasty, when you feel like you're running your own team year to year to
For
year,
sure. I recommend
there's no
it to
other
anybody
feeling.
out there. As a guy who just got into Dynasty about 3 years ago, who's done keepers, who's done redraft, who's done baseball leagues, rotisserie, all different kinds. I highly recommend to anybody out there who's got a solid group of guys that year after year they do their redraft leagues. consider pushing into Dynasty. It takes your fantasy football league to a whole new level, because now you've got these guys where you don't just have to think about who am I going to have for this year and what are they going to do this year. I've got to think about how's this guy going to do the next 3-4 years and beyond.
Anyone out there, if you've been winning your leagues and you're looking for the next challenge, you're in team defense. The next thing is IDP.
I agree as well.
I have never gone back. It's probably about 4 or 5 years ago I switched from team defense to IDP, individual player defense.
To me, you might as well have team offense too. I mean, it's like what the team does as a team and what they do as individuals is completely different. And if you watch football, I know people are like, oh, I got to keep up with this guy's individual tackles. It's no different than keeping up with the offense.
Yeah. I'm gonna say right now,
watch
in my
offense
league,
and defense play the same. The guys on defense that are good, just like the offensive guys.
I'm a beast.
In my league, I've got the best defense.
I disagree.
In the league. Yeah, of course y'all would.
Oh,
Haters.
my God.
I disagree.
But
here we are.
Honestly, 4 years ago, switched. I tried it one time from team defense. I would always go team defense, and I loved it. I'd always have about 2 defenses.
I hated it.
Once I switched to IDP, never looked back. Never. It
I
makes me
wanted
look at
IDP.
more games. It makes me watch more games. I'm looking for the defense. I'm watching more of the games.
Football.
Yeah.
It expands your experience tenfold. And me and Joe came into Dynasty in the same. Actually, we joined our league in the same year, the league that we all play in. Me and Joe both came in same year, same time. And this is our third year?
This is our Dynasty that we're talking about.
Yes, our
This
Dynasty
is,
league.
This is my number 1 league.
Yes.
I love
our league.
Year.
And you're going to lose to me week 1.
Here's the thing. Quick little fact for anybody out there. He has yet to beat me in this Dynasty league. Yet to beat me.
All right. Well, we're at 2 Mules. We're going to, we're getting ready to sign off here at 5, We want to thank Paulie for jumping on here late. It's been a good conversation. Good luck to your Cowboys and your fantasy team this year. Sounds like you're in a good hands to start off at least.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So,
Thank you.
If you ever need any advice, you can find us at DynastyWise.com or follow us at Twitter, DynastyWise_FF. You can follow me at DynastyWise_Joe. I'm more of the IDP expert. You can follow DynastyWise Clay.
Yep.
For all your needs.
I do it all.
Shortly at DynastyWise.com, we will have a store available where you can find men's, women's T-tops. You can find the Stinker Tinker. You can find where championships are made. You can find Dynasty Wise shirts. It's all going to be available. Around October, we're going to be able to launch more information, but we're really excited about Houston Preeminence. It's going to be anyone and everyone's thing in Houston sports, not just football. We're talking basketball, baseball, soccer, rugby, MMA,
whatever you're into,
whatever you want to find
disc
out.
Golf.
Watch for me on disc golf. But Dynasty Wise guys here, we love being here at 2 Mules. We had a good
100
time.
Cypress Wood.
We'll be seeing y'all at the next location.
All right, thank you. And signing out.